Yo, what it do? Hey, we know you should saw that fresh new intro. Wasn't that shit sick? Well, we couldn't agree more, guys.
Right, we just collaborated with our boy Omar at Sun City Vibes to help create an intro that would take our podcast to the next level. Do you need help with your video editing and content creation to help elevate your business to the next level? Well, Sun City Vibes has you covered without a doubt.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Whether it's a logo reveal, a music video, drone footage, or even t-shirt printing, guys, hit up Sun City Vibes for quality work and affordable price. Shit, Omar even made us a sick-ass hat. Look at this.
It's a fresh-ass hat.
Fresh.
Shit's fresh. So yeah, guys, go help support those that support us and hit up our boy Omar and tell him Chris and Misa sent you from the podcast and help support a local El Paso business today. Let's go. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. As always, guys, co-host of the podcast,
yes, sir.
Mr. Misa fucking L is here with us.
What it do?
In the producer chair, our boy Joe is absent today. He's gone, but our good friend, local comedian, Mr. Andrew Vargas is here.
What's up, people?
Míralo.
Hey,
It's good to see you, Andrew.
thanks, man.
It's been a while, dude. I was wondering what would happen to you.
Dude, I'm barely surviving.
Yeah.
All right, guys, for episode 125, we have a very, very special guest. Former UTEP basketball player, Arkansa native, Mr. Hooper Vint is in the building.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Welcome, bro.
Hell yeah. Thank you for being here, Mr. Hooper. We really do appreciate you taking time out of your day to come and sit in the studio with us. Guys, we got a good podcast for you. Mr. Hooper used to play basketball for UTEP. He called some games for ESPN+. We'll get all into that. We'll talk some NBA. We're going to talk to Andrew. Andrew's making a life move, and it's a pretty big move, so we'll talk to him about that. But we got a good podcast for you guys. I think before we do that, we have a tradition on this motherfucker. It's called the cracking of the celebratory beer, and it sounds like this. Andrew is panicking right now. He's in search of something cold. All right, so guys, here it goes. It sounds like this. Cheers to y'all for being here. Another day pod, guys.
Wow,
These
I
day
love 'em,
pods
dude.
are becoming fucking routine now.
Maybe we should have them like at noon every single day from now on.
Every single day. That'd
Every
be
single
tough.
day.
I work 9 to 5, so that might be tough.
Well,
But
fucking
anyways,
quit your job, dude.
Okay. All right, guys. Hooper Vint is here with us. Mr. Vint, for the podcast audience who may not know who you are, go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit.
Absolutely. My name's Hooper Vint. Originally from Arkansas, came here in 2011 to play basketball, college basketball at University of Texas at El Paso. Have now lived in El Paso for 11 years, so I like to call myself an El Paso, and El Paso's home now. And
Hey, if you're here for a week, bro, you're an El Pasoan for sure. Because
that's
you're
true.
never gonna leave again.
That's the most welcoming, city in terms of, just the people, the culture here to outsiders that I've ever experienced traveling the nation, playing ball everywhere. El Paso's number one.
Hell yeah! Wow.
Hell yeah. Give us a round
Yeah,
of
dude,
applause,
that's a
Misa. I
good
think
one.
we deserve that. That's a good one right there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I was telling you, we were talking a little bit before the podcast. I was telling you, I remember, obviously, I follow UTEP basketball. Big UTEP guy, but especially basketball. And I remember, seeing you play. You have a very distinctive name, a very cool name for a basketball player.
That's like the
Hooper.
best name
That's like
to
the best
have,
name
bro.
as a basketball player you could have.
Hey, yo, you hoop? He's like, well, they call me Hooper for nothing.
Dude, did you ever decide just be like a gangster and be like, nah, I'm gonna play tennis?
Just go against the grain, just play some other sport. But yeah, dude, I remember seeing you playing, and then I saw you were calling a game for ESPN+. We'll get into that right now. And I just thought I should reach out to you, so thank you for that. This is your first time on a podcast, right?
First time on a podcast, checking off a lot of boxes this year.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. And so, being here 11 years in El Paso, what have you been up to, recently? What have you been what do you have going on?
So, I played for 5 years, redshirted my first, and then played 4. You can do 5 in college if you redshirt. And then after that, I actually took a job here in El Paso. I work for a company called Hub International. I'm a risk management consultant, insurance broker for commercial businesses. And I've done that since I finished up at UTEP.
Nice.
And I will probably be doing that for the rest of my life. I found something that I truly love doing, in the business world. So it's really exciting.
Hey, that's good, man. That's good when you find something that you really enjoy, right after college. I would have thought you would have just 6 foot 11. dude's just sitting there in the desk like
A tall
Kobe, and then hangs up on someone, you know?
But yeah, dude. So like you were saying, obviously, like El Paso's, I would say it's known for its hospitality. A lot of people would say that's one of the things that El Paso has going for it. Is like, do you have family here, or was it just solely coming to UTEP as a university that brought you here?
Like blood family, no, I don't. My family's back in Arkansas, and my mom lives in Dallas now. But I do have a couple families here that, I'm basically part of the family now, adopted, and that's just another, thing that, like you were saying with El Paso, the hospitality, people just kind of bring you in. And so that helped me stay as well. Just having the family here, take me in.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking, dude? He's probably like the tallest guy in El Paso. Or maybe at one point he was,
Dude.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's definitely the tallest guy we've had on the podcast by far. I mean,
6'11", bro. That's
We
the
had to turn
closest
off the
seven.
fan.
we had to turn off the fan.
This guy's hitting my
That's funny. So yeah, dude. Like, what do you remember about fucking when you were growing up in Arkansas? Like, I've never been to Arkansas, so I don't really know much about the state. But what city or what like town did you grow up in?
Yeah, so it started in a really small town called Mulberry, town of about 1,300 people. My mom was a teacher there. My biological father was a basketball coach at the high school there, and went there for a little bit, and then my mom and him got divorced, and I moved to Van Buren, town of about 20,000, and when I was 3, and so I lived there the rest of my life in Arkansas. So it's a very outdoorsy state. I would say a lot of hunters, a lot of fishermen. There's no really huge cities. Northwest Arkansas is big now. They got Walmart's headquartered there, the Waltons and Tyson and JB Hunt. So lots going on up there.
A lot of trees for sure.
A lot of trees. It's a big culture shock coming from Arkansas to here.
Yeah, dude.
There's no trees. It's like nothing to climb.
Yeah, because like over there, it's like literally like you drive like through the trees, right? Like the roads are surrounded by trees, and here there's not a fucking
Yeah,
tree
the only
in
thing
sight.
people climb around here is a border wall.
The only thing Latinas climb around here is big, tall white men. There's no trees.
I'm glad we got Andrew here.
You gotta have money to have trees.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, I have a quick question. Hey, were you still playing, or when they allowed college players to start making money?
No. So the one change that I went through was the food. I don't know if y'all remember Shabazz Napier,
Right.
At Connecticut. It went viral when he's like, I go to bed hungry sometimes. Like that video, I'll vividly remember it. And after that, they cut off the limit for what they could, because it was like 1 meal a day is what they
Right.
could do.
Wait, I didn't hear about this. What
Yeah,
happened?
dude, this was a long time ago. This was when LeBron was with the fucking Heat.
This was like 2013,
Right, and so
ish.
it was. I think UConn had a Final Four run that year, or did they win the national championship?
I don't know if they won that year, but it was Shabazz and that
Right.
other good guard.
Yeah, so this guy Shabazz Napier, it didn't really work out in the NBA for him, like as it was projected to, but very good college basketball athlete. During like a post game interview or something, he was like asked a question about whatever, and one of his answers was like, "We go to bed hungry as student athletes." And then after that, the NCAA changed the food limits that the student athletes could receive like per day or whatever. And I guess now it's like unlimited.
Oh, so
or
like
whatever.
the kids that are in scholarship, I guess, and they
Right.
get the free food. So
Right, they
they
get
would
free
only get
food.
one a day, like a free meal a day, and that's it.
Yeah, like they could. The way we did it in multiple ways at UTEP, but you would basically get 1 meal a day. And there was like, I remember the big violation was saw at Oklahoma, where like a football player went back and got like a second plate of spaghetti and then got like fined for it.
God damn.
And that started it. And this is why the NCAA completely lost the NIL deal
Right.
on their own, because they just,
Modern day slavery.
they
for
were
the
so
kids.
far behind,
Right.
on it. And I mean, there's reasons for what they did and the reasons for what they didn't do, but like overall, they were just way behind.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy because like now, the whole like we were talking to John Teicher about this. We had him on. The whole landscape of college athletics has like really changed now, with the students being able to make money off their likeness, the NIL deals that are out there. I remember like back in the day, it was such a big deal. They stopped making the fucking NCAA football game because of that shit. And now it's like it's a lot different. You know what I mean? So what do you think about like the current state of like college basketball, do you prefer it in the way it is, or not even college basketball, college athletics? Do you think it's better for student athletes to be able to make some money for themselves now?
I think it's better, but the issue is that the schools can't be involved in it at all. And the schools are our mentors, as college athletes. Our coaches are, the athletics department, provides people to give us life coaching, financial advice, all of that. They won't get any of that for any of these NIL deals they're doing. So if they go out there and make $500,000, a big school, and then they spend it all, and then 4 years later the IRS comes like, you made $500,000, you got to pay us $200,000 or whatever
you didn't
it is.
pay no taxes
They're
on
like,
that, brother.
Wait a second, So
Right.
I think there's going to be some issues down the road with that, and there'll probably be some lawyers come out, try to help the guys and stuff. But
Do you think you would have made money?
I don't know.
It's hard. It's really hard. It's really hard to tell. I mean, it like the landscape. I mean, like I think a lot of it depends on how well the program's doing at the time. You know what I mean? If you're at a certain school that's doing well at a certain time and you guys are winning, obviously NIL dollars will be there. But if you're somewhere where you have a bad record, not really doing much,
Dude, we would have to pay for Hooper to be here.
We would have to be cutting them a check to be here if that was the case.
But real quick, before we move on for this whole college, I kind of want to know a little bit more in your time in Arkansas. Did you start playing basketball at a very early age? Was it like something just because your dad was a coach? You were like, this was something I want to play.
Yeah, so my biological father is 6'9", my mom is 6'1". He played for the Razorbacks and then coached, in college and in high school. And my mom played college ball as well. So Hooper, obviously, it was destined. So, I was, just my height, obviously, everyone talks about it. I've been this tall since I was 15, basically.
No.
Yeah.
15? I
had some, I was always tall. And then by 13, I was already 6'5". So 7th grader, 6'5", super skinny, but played ball, since with refs and stuff like leagues since like 1st grade, and then started traveling in 3rd grade.
Damn.
Every summer, I didn't get the normal summer, hanging out with friends and vacationing. I was on vacation.
Well, that's what happens for being tall, boy.
Traveling, playing ball.
What you get for being tall?
No, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I got to go everywhere.
Yeah, but at the same time, I totally forgot what I was gonna ask you, bro.
I had a question, dude. Being so tall that young, did they do you feel like you experience more adult stuff sooner or nah?
That is a great question. So I for some reason did, and my stepdad who did the majority of the raising of me, he would always take me into business meetings and meet
With hookers and just kidding.
But yeah, always have me shake their hand and introduce them, and I'm like 10 years old, 11 years old, but I'm looking these people eye to eye.
Yeah.
I'm already 5'7", 5'8", almost 6 foot at 11 or 12, and so I did that at a young age and always was talking, I was just so much bigger than all the little kids,
Right.
So yes, to your point, good question.
When was the first time you dunked? How old were you?
I think I was 12 or 13. Yeah.
I'm 32. I'm about to be 32 and I still can't dunk.
You'll get there.
You'll get there one day.
We're gonna put a trampoline right there for you.
So, okay, I've got a question for y'all on the dunky, because this came up the other night. So at what age, I'm 6'11", I'm 29 now. At what age do you think I could no longer dunk? And then I'll answer with what I think, and we'll see who's closest.
Damn, that's a good one.
So you're saying at what age in the future do you think you'll no longer be able to dunk?
Yeah. What would y'all guess?
Okay,
I
on
would say-
average, how high does the basketball go up a year?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? What?
Like, because the regulation, they put it higher and higher.
No, they don't change it. It's been 10 foot forever.
10 feet.
8 feet?
It's been 10 foot. So my
10
hand, if I stretch it out as high as I can, standing flat-footed, I can barely touch the bottom of the net.
Fuck.
But flat-footed.
But flat-footed.
So you got a tippy toe.
So, no, he's got to jump.
I think
say
it just depends on like your health. If you keep yourself healthy, I think you could dunk probably like way into
Let's
your
assume
60s,
I don't
70s.
get overweight.
right. I would say 60.
60s, 70s, yeah.
I'd say 60. What do you say, Andrew?
Dude, he looks healthy as shit. He's freaking...
Looks
Played
healthy as
college
fuck.
fucking ball, dude.
Dude, the
Yeah.
day he dies, he's gonna dunk it like in his 90s
For
and shit.
real.
The last thing he does, he's gonna dunk it. He's like, all right, see you guys.
I would say I'll give him to 100.
Okay, what do you?
Because he just got to
It's not even a number, 100.
Yeah, how much effort is that? That's all he has to do.
It's like a little hop.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what Chris does when he gets off the bed. That's a little hop. That's all you need.
So what do you got, Hooper?
I said that because this came up with my coworkers. I said 55. Like as realistically as I thought,
Yeah,
think
I would
that's a
say
good
like
number.
I was gonna say 50, but I was like, if you like, because I've seen like 55, 60-year-olds that look like pretty young, like you know what I mean. So I was thinking, if you're still like, if you keep like the way you are right now, your trajectory would say like 55 to 60 before you probably may have like a knee issue or something. You
I'm
know what I
thinking
mean?
the back.
or the back or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something's gonna happen. Like,
Being so tall, like, do you have some type of issues with your legs, your back, or anything? Like,
Oh yeah.
My back was a big issue, and it honestly is probably one of the biggest reasons why I didn't play pro immediately after finishing up. So I had a really bad lower back my senior year. I actually fixed it though a couple years ago, but so that led into me working for Hub in a way. Because I asked Coach Floyd for some phone numbers. Right. He gave me some numbers. One of them was Don Margo, who's my boss now at Hub. And I called him, went on an interview, and he offered me a job. And, I was like, I could go play. Maybe I should stay. Maybe I should take the job. So I was like, I'm going to take the job. I'm going to go for it. And it turned out to be the best decision I could ever make. Don's been the best mentor you could ever have and the greatest boss and greatest friend. So
shout out to him, man.
Yeah, shout out to Don Margo.
So let's go back a little bit because you were talking about kind of how you transitioned to life like post basketball. What was like when you were coming through high school? What was the recruiting efforts from other schools and UTEP to try to get you like to come play ball? Like who was recruiting you? What were the other possible choices that you were thinking of, and why ultimately was it UTEP that you decided to commit to?
Yeah, so I would say, I didn't have like the high, the Dukes and the Kentuckys, they weren't recruiting me, But all the mid-majors pretty much that, would recruit a 6'11", coordinated guy that can shoot. I mean,
Guy can shoot, he can move, he can fucking rebound.
Let's be real. Let's be real. The answer's simple. Latinas. Why would you sign to UTEP?
At the same time, he's 6'11". If I was a manager at fucking Walmart, I'd hire him right away. Like I don't care where.
He's
I'm
all
hiring
stuck
him.
in the top.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was that process like?
so, I mean, you get a lot of letters in the mail. When you're playing AAU ball, you're going to all these tournaments and there's college coaches there. And I honestly don't remember how Coach Floyd found me or, knew of me, but I just
All
knew
he
that
did is he looked up and he found you.
yeah.
For real. He probably saw you walking through the city and, hey, what the hell is
You
that?
play basketball?
But he showed up at one of my high school practices one day, and he's a master salesman. I'll be completely honest. I mean, Coach Floyd, on top of his coaching, which I think is one of the best in the country, he's just a master salesman. I mean, he could sell anything. I've seen him just walk around stores and sell season tickets before, like in El Paso.
Do you remember that conversation that he had with you that day?
I don't really remember it. I don't. But he came out. He sent out Phil Johnson, his basically other half assistant head coach, and came to a game and then came to my house. And I was looking at some other schools. I really wanted to play. Two other that were high on my list was Nebraska.
Oh, nice.
So Nebraska, the head coach at the time was Doc Sadler.
Former UTEP coach. Yep.
Yep, great coach and close friend. He was actually there the day I was born. He was my biological father's assistant at University of Arkansas, Fort Smith.
Damn, what a small world.
Wait, he was there at the hospital the day you were born?
Oh yeah, he's one of my
that's crazy.
family friend. Yeah, he actually gave me my first pair of basketball shoes.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
So violation when I was one.
Right. Yeah, but that is
So that's when Hooper was like, now I got to play basketball. Sure.
Oh yeah, they said hoop on the back of them. They were like pink and purple Nikes. They were so cool.
Bro, that connection, like, did that come like full circle for you? Like, eventually, like, you're like, this guy's recruiting me now. Like, you know what I mean? And like, he came from the school that I ultimately went to. Mm-hmm. Like, that's nuts to me.
Yeah, and
Destiny.
It is crazy. So he really helped out and gave me a lot of good advice. And I went and visited Nebraska, wanted to play for him. He kind of hinted, I think, in a way, you know, that because he was on his way out at that point. I think I didn't know at the time, but I think he kind of hinted it at it to me. You know, he did a great job there. Was I think the winningest coach at the time ever there, but Nebraska's tough basketball school.
Right. Of course.
So didn't end up going there, but he really, you know, approved of Coach Floyd, you know, spoke very highly of him, and UTEP obviously because he coached there. And I was also looking at Arkansa Little Rock. So Joe Golding was recruiting me along with the head coach there, Steve Shields.
Damn, dude, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
These circles here.
Yeah, because for you guys who don't know, Joe Golding's the current coach here at UTEP. And Doc Sadler was one of the coaches back in the day. But it's crazy how like he was recruiting you at a whole nother
Cooper was born to
dude.
play for UTEP.
It's almost like
It's like they bred him.
Well,
you
it's
know,
basically like real life OnlyFans. All these guys are bidding on this guy. He's always gonna come to my school.
well, it's crazy just like the way that shit plays out. But yeah,
That is
so like
badass, dude.
Arkansas Little Rock, you said?
Euler, it's in the Sun Belt. That's where Chris Beard was before he went to he went to UNLV for like a week and then he went to Tech.
Okay.
He did really good there. So Steve Shields was the coach there, and my biological father did like the radio for them and lived in Little Rock. So when I would go visit him in Little Rock, which is like 2 hours from Van Buren, I would, you know, go to all their camps and knew the coaches. Right. They had a really big coach, tall, Joe Klein. I don't know if y'all know him, but he was a really good NBA player. And he played at Notre Dame and Arkansas, 7-footer. And so I really wanted to play for him too and learn from him. But, you know, it was a smaller school, and I came and visited UTEP, and obviously Coach Floyd did a great job selling it. And we had Greg Foster on the staff when I started at UTEP. And so that was a big selling point for me too. I mean, some of my best workouts ever were with him. Nice. He would destroy us.
That's why your back hurts, bro.
Yeah. We would literally play one-on-one with him in the post in our post workouts, and he would beat up on me and Bohannon and said, I mean, just if you left him open, he didn't miss.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
NBA is completely different.
Right. And so he was like one of the main reasons that you decided to come here ultimately?
I mean, he was definitely factored in. And then the facilities at UTEP are very nice. And then overall, the city's beautiful. I mean, just Mexican food I love as well.
Right.
And Latinas.
Yeah. Let's not forget about that one.
That's me. I'm target. That's me.
That's why Andrew comes to El Paso every day from Cruces.
Yeah, this is actually, I was born here, but I don't really live here.
Oh, okay.
But your boy comes all the time.
Yeah. I'm sure he does.
I'm sure you do.
I'm sure he does. Quickly.
Double time.
Quick shooter.
Got a quick release.
Got a quick release, yeah.
Bro, the fastest.
Yeah, dude. That's
Y'all
funny.
are
But not as fast as you, bro, because no guys ever came and scouted me, bro. Your boy sucked at fucking. I was always third, fourth.
I wish I was as high as Hooper. That's all I say.
Right.
I saw him and I was like, yo, dude, I want to be that high.
Dude, just naturally.
It's naturally up there.
So when you come to UTEP, dude, and like obviously now you've been acclimated to the city. The very first time you get here, what's going through your head? Like when you're looking around, and you're kind of like, you know, obviously the landscape is different.
Where the fuck are the trees?
I would say like this would be kind of like a bigger city compared to like anything in Arkansas. So like, how is that like shift for you? Like, what are you thinking about? Like, how are you reacting
It's like
to it?
almost complete opposite, right? Like thinking about it.
It is. So one thing that being on a basketball team, like or any collegiate team where you have teammates, is that I think it makes the transition easier because you automatically have a group of friends,
Like a family.
instead of like buying into a frat or something like what other people do. You know, you automatically have your team, so you just hang out with your guys and y'all just start to grow more comfortable.
And they're all kind of going through the same thing. Right?
Yeah. When I came in, we had it was the year after everyone left. Randy Culpepper, that squad, Julian Stone, everyone left. The only people that stayed were Gabe McCulley, John Bohannon, and Tyler Tafoya. I think those were the only three leftovers.
Yeah,
Only 2 scholarships.
So I know Tyler Tafoya went to the same like middle school as me.
No way.
Or he went to El Paso High for sure. We didn't go to the same middle school, but one of my friends was good friends with him. So I remember him, and then his dad owned Smoothie King, I believe.
Kiva
or
Juice.
Kiva Juice,
Kiva
sorry.
Juice,
One
yeah.
of these smoothie places. And then Gabriel McCauley, we've had him on the podcast too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did a Zoom call with him during quarantine. He was all the way back in Memphis. So we got to talk to him. He was really cool guy.
Still has a basketball involved in
Yeah,
his life,
still
bro. It's
still
crazy.
involved with
Hey,
basketball.
fool.
Yeah, hey, fool.
we dip good. He had that, that Southern Memphis
Yeah, dude.
accent, and him and Randy had it too.
Dude,
and
I've
Randy
been-
would come.
Randy
in.
Culpepper.
I've been reaching out to Randy for so long, but like I can never get a response from him. But like Macaulay told me, like, let me know. But I was like, I kind of want to do it on my own. But yeah, I would love to sit down with him.
Hey,
but
I love watching Randy Culpepper because every time I see him dunk, I was like, if he can do it, I can't fucking do it. Too, and I still can't though, but eventually.
But yeah, dude, those were like good fucking solid UTEP teams. So going into that first season, like you said, a lot of people had already taken off. What were your guys' expectations? What were the expectations for yourself?
We were all freshmen, fresh. Just a bunch of young guys. Washburn had actually been here a year, but he was gray shirting. We were one of the Prop 48 schools. So, and he was clearly, one of our best players. We just grinded. I mean, we had some very tough practices with Coach Floyd. I mean, there's nothing in life now that could ever phase me mentally, obviously physically, compared to what, we went through in college. And, Coach Floyd is really hard on you, but if he's talking to you, that means he wants you to get better. And, if he stops talking to you,
You don't care.
that's when you need to worry.
In those situations, is it hard? Is it hard to like not take it personal, especially like
Absolutely.
if a coach,
Absolutely. I mean, we've heard all the stories, what Coach Floyd did to like Taj Gibson, first or second practice, put him in the corner. He was crying, and now what is he played 16 years straight in the NBA as an undersized big. I mean, it's incredible. But yeah, I mean, I've seen guys, leave practice, all of that.
Were you ever that close? I was going to say.
Oh
were you
yeah,
ever that close?
I put in my transfer one year actually.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah. I put in my transfer and I was done, and then of course I decided to stay.
Hey, could I ask
He
a
saw
personal
Latina and he's
question?
like, all right.
Like, since you always hitting that wall, like as an athlete, what's your why when you hit that? Like, why do you keep going, or why would you keep pushing?
Why'd you
it?
end up coming back after you do that
Yeah.
transfer? Like.
I don't know if that's too personal or not, but like, yeah, because there's always like, even like, for instance, like me, when I'm working out, right? Like if I'm working out and I want to hit it hard, you always hit that wall where you're like, nah, I'm going to quit. But then like, I'll like put myself like in a dark place and I'll be like, you know what? Like, oh, this is for my family right now. Like if I don't do this lap right now,
You
like,
make
they're
up
gonna
you
die.
make up a whole scenario.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if
Do
I
you
run
have-
this an extra lap, my ex is gonna get me back. Kind of shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, where do you go in your head when you hit that wall?
Well, to me, there was nothing else. I mean, basketball was my life. I didn't care what my major was. I didn't, even have any idea, like, say, if I broke both my legs, what job I would do other than basketball. So, I mean, there was no other option for me, So that's what motivated. I just wanted to play ball. That's what I always did. The next step's obviously pro after college. So you're just, you got to go to class, you got to get your grades, and then you got to play ball.
Right.
He kept telling himself like, I love this shit while he's dying, like crying with his back hurting. I love it. I want more, Coach Floyd.
Yeah,
Maybe your back hurt because you're doing this, bro.
well, dude, like I think people, I don't think like people like understand like the tenacity that you guys would probably practice with. Like Coach Floyd is an NBA coach, like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Coach the Bulls, like, like that's a fucking big deal. What made you want to put in your transfer request? What year was this?
That was like halfway
through. Kind of had some second thoughts.
Somebody called him a short guy.
Well, I think I maybe had the homesickness bug hit me midway through. Like, okay, I'll go back home to Arkansas. I'll go to go to a school there,
Right.
And just I wasn't playing a bunch, but at the time, and I just probably was. I think personally I wasn't in a good place mentally. Just like I think I was truly depressed, and sucks to admit that, but it is what it is.
It's only natural though.
Yeah.
If you think about it, especially in the position that you were in.
Oh yeah.
I probably wouldn't have even gone anywhere. If I was offered something, it's just be like, dude, I want to be away from my
Dude,
mom
you
and
left.
the food.
I'm barely about to leave. I'm 28, yo.
Yeah, dude. I mean, how old you were? What? How old at this time? Like 21 years old?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, dude, you're
Came here
young.
when I was 18 or
And
19.
then like obviously you have to adapt to a new city. You got to deal with the program that you've committed to, and like obviously you have a lot of weight on your shoulder, and it's not easy to just like decide, hey, like I want to go back home, because like in your head too, I'm sure something's telling you like you don't want to be the guy that gives up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and not just that, but there's another language here, which is very big, Spanish, and that the same that I wanted to know, like, have you learned Spanish now that you've been here so long? Like, have you
That's a great answer.
He's all like,
that's funny, dude.
That's all you gotta say, dude. Pass the test, güero.
So what was one of your like most fondest memories, I guess, while you were playing, or one of the games that you remember that just sticks out in your head?
I'd say overall memories is the trips with the team going to the tournaments. We played in Hawaii, we played the Battle of the Atlantis.
Traveling with your teams, with teammates,
Yeah, I mean, those
Any
tournaments
crazy
are
stories?
awesome. You're away from school, you're kind of doing it online, but not really. And you're playing against these really good teams, and you're in these beautiful places, staying at the resorts and stuff. I mean, that you couldn't trade that for nothing. Those were awesome. Remember when we were in the Bahamas, and we beat Tennessee, who was a ranked team. That was a big win. And then we played Kansas when they had Wiggins and Embiid.
Oh, shit.
And we held Wiggins to like 6 points. We did one of Floyd's patented triangle and twos or box and ones the whole game. But Embiid didn't score a lot, but they ran a zone, and he was just so big. It was an issue.
Yeah,
we ended up losing by like single digits.
Any drunk stories while you were out there? Was there a time
in the
where, like,
Bahamas?
Anything you get a bit?
Oh, there's a lot of stories about the Bahamas.
Let us know. That's what we're here for.
Well, first thing, when we got there, so when you go on a trip, they give you your per diem, and it's like calculated per day, and they give it all to you at once. And so
that's fucked up.
In the Bahamas, at the Atlantis resort, there's a casino literally like in the lobby. It's massive. And you can gamble at the age of 18 there.
Right. It's international waters, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So that was an issue. But honestly, people weren't blowing their money too bad. Everything was super expensive to eat. So they would give us one meal a day, but then you'd have to fend for yourself for the other meals. And it was like $30 for a Subway sandwich.
God damn.
So they actually had to give us more money
To get you guys by?
to get us by, yeah. So, we got some more cash.
But not just that, but these guys are athletes, bro. Like one fucking, like you gotta give them three meals, like
you guys eat a lot.
in the, three
You know
meals
what I
in the
mean?
morning, 3 meals in the afternoon and at night, and to say that you're only getting one, like that's fucking.
But
crazy.
we went hard at the casino. It was like, I think it was unlimited drinks as long as you were playing, and the minimum, was like $10 at the roulette table, so you could just throw $1 on every number you wanted. I mean, we were out there. We were shooting craps with Bill Self,
Bro, that is sick.
living the life.
That is
right
so
there.
sick,
Great
dude.
memories.
And just be like, I'll see you guys on the court. But for now, we're on the table, so let's enjoy it.
Don't be late,
fucking-
guys.
That's badass, dude.
I remember Coach Floyd and Coach Johnson playing blackjack, and I won't say what stakes they were playing, but it was,
Right.
it was pretty high.
Right. The stakes weren't low. That's what we're.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying.
they were staking. They were putting in their team. He's like, "Yo, I'll have money, but I got a whole fucking basketball."
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. So I'm sure, you had like a lot of experiences like that you'll always remember. And then
Any big trouble you got into while you were at UTEP?
I mean, I got a violation, a NCAA violation for taking a free meal at Capetto's.
God damn, dude, I love Capetto's.
That's
Capetto's
right.
is
Yeah,
fire.
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Right, finally,
It's
you don't
Capet-
get white privilege around here, right? No free meals, right?
So they came in and were like, I guess someone told
How
them.
did that happen? So you went to Capetto's one day, sat down, and then they comped your
Look
food?
at how
or-
tall he is. He can't steal a fucking meal, an extra meal. They're gonna see
Sneak
you,
out.
bro.
It was like 3 or 4 of us, a couple of my teammates, and they were just like, don't worry about it.
Right. We got you guys.
Ed, it's fine. He's a big, fan,
Right.
UTEP fan. And so someone told on us. I guess.
Damn, bro.
I don't know
What a
who would
snitch.
do that. First of all. But, it is what it is. So what they do is they investigate it. Our compliance people do.
Holy shit.
They brought us into a room and asked us all about it. They're like, what did you order? And I tried to think of the cheapest thing on the menu. Because they make you pay it back to a charity.
Oh, shit.
So that's what they made you guys do?
What'd you say, water with ice?
I said like, yeah.
Side of breadsticks, some fucking marinara sauce, and a side salad.
All the condiments,
Right.
mustard, ketchup.
a little extra ketchup. That's all I order.
Dude, that's crazy, dude.
So that's what they do, and then you donate to a charity. So I think it came out to like $20-something bucks.
Wow.
I had to donate to a charity, but I just thought that was
That's
so
ridiculous,
stupid.
bro.
That's
And that's
petty,
a
bro.
perfect example of why what happened with the NCAA and the NIL. Now,
I mean, do you think like they fucking wasted more money, like just paying those people to do what they did, that whole investigation and all
Yeah,
that shit, and then for you just to
sure.
pay $20-something? Like, who fucking wins here? Nobody fucking wins here. What's the point of
Bro,
that?
I cannot believe somebody
Except
fucking.
those investigators, imagine, dude, they won in life.
you know
dude.
what I wanna
Hey,
find
what
out?
did you do today, babe? I looked at this motherfucker. He thought he was gonna get away with a free meal.
they go home and brag about that.
I made
What
him
kind
pay
of
him.
detective is that, yo? That's not even worth it.
I made him pay it back to the needy.
Dude,
Fuck
that's
that detective.
that's crazy, dude. I can't, like I said, I can't believe somebody would actually fucking complain about that. Or
No, what I want to know
report
is
that.
who the fuck reported that? Like,
Yeah,
who did
dude.
it? Who
I
was
wonder
it?
if there's a record of that. Actually, I'm sure they have to keep records.
Yeah,
of
that has to be recorded for sure. Especially if like they're fining you or making you like pay back money. There has to be like an
Can't
order.
be anonymous, probably.
Right? It has to
Man,
be.
our boy Blue is a good investigator. We'll get him on it.
Yeah, dude.
We'll
Are you a
put that.
PI?
I found it under I found it under details. It says tall guy,
Yeah, dude.
extra
that's-
tall guy.
You haven't investigated me before, have you? Okay.
No. Speaking about investigating each other, I've done some investigating on you, and we'll get into these Instagram posts real fast.
Oh boy.
I just wanted to ask you one thing really fast about, playing college athletics and, your time at UTEP. At one point, like you have to make a decision, right? And you kind of talked about it, where you have to decide, do I want to continue to pursue basketball as a career, or is it time for me to focus on what's next, on what's gonna be my life going forward? What is that process like? And like, do you ever regret like not trying to play at a higher level, or like ultimately making that decision to not pursue basketball?
I'm just thinking of the stress when you're fucking thinking about that. That's like your future, your career of thinking like, fuck.
Yeah, it was a big change mentally. But I have no regrets, first of all. But when I was deciding, it was tough. And, I mean, at the end of the day, if you think about it logically, it's like, well, I could take the job and, quit in 3 months and still go play ball.
Right.
It's no big deal. So at the time, it was like May of 2016. I think I started in July at the job. So, there was just, I could have done whatever I wanted. And I'm glad I did what I did. But, at the time, the way my back was at the time, I could have probably played. I could have probably toughed it out. And I'm glad I didn't, looking back. And I actually did play last year for I don't know if you know the Southwest Desert Cats, this local ABA team we have here in El Paso. And so I did play semi-pro ball, if you want to call it, last year again. And it was awesome. Yeah, getting back, curing that itch.
It like rekindled something in you, right?
Yeah.
Do you usually play like now that you're not really playing basketball? Do you still go out there and play or shoot some hoops? And
Sometimes I do. Like, for example, this year I haven't played at all.
this whole year, you haven't
Yeah,
played
I mean,
at all?
last year I was hardcore. I mean, like practicing
that
like
team?
3 times a week, like, hiking early in the morning up the mountain, just getting really good shape. I lost a bunch of weight. I was like 260. I got up to like 260, which is the most I've ever weighed. I think I dropped down to like 235. Yeah.
Damn,
now I'm probably
6'11"?
like 245 now. I
Yeah.
played at 225.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I mean, I'm sure that was a tough decision to make, but I think you made, like, for yourself, like you said, you have no regrets. So I feel like for yourself, you kind of made the right decision to kind of like say, you know what, I'm going to step away from basketball. Given, my health, my back, I think it's best that I, try to pursue something else.
I think what worked out the best too is that the fact that like you actually enjoyed your job right after that. Like,
Yeah,
you loved it.
You found
Like,
something that you like to do. You know what I mean?
So I feel like if it wasn't like that, I think you would have probably pushed harder to go back to basketball. But because it was something good, I probably would have done the same. Like, hey, dude, fuck that, dude. My back's hurting. I just rather do this.
I may have, and I look back at it now, you always reflect, and I haven't thought about it too much, honestly, because it's like, why live in the past?
Right.
But I may have fallen out of love with the game, a little bit. I've playing it for so long, and then just, I don't even know how to describe it. You just,
It's not
fall
the
out of love
same.
with something.
Well, yeah. I mean, you were when you were born, you got fucking basketball shoes right off the bat.
Yeah.
This guy was playing basketball before he was even born.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Hey, before we also keep going forward or to like what's going on now, did you ever like as like protein powders, like all these kids now? I don't know if you guys know, like in high school, dude, they're like part of their program is for their parents to buy them like protein shakes and pre-workouts.
That
and
is
amino
crazy. I
acids.
heard about that, dude, and I'm thinking to myself, like back then, that all they did is just tell us like, hey, drink a lot of water and lift some weights.
Chocolate milk.
That's
Yeah,
it.
That's it.
Drink,
I would say like
peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Eat that all for lunch, breakfast, everything.
Is there anything that you would recommend like us taking, like especially like I feel like
You mean
now-
you?
Yeah, me taking. Yeah.
To gain weight?
Well, not to gain weight, just like what help in general. Maybe like almost the close thing as testosterone. Like, what is the craziest thing you've taken? Or I don't know if you want to.
Did they make you
that,
guys take any of those?
yeah, like
products?
HGH.
Like
Did
any
you
of that
ever
shit?
mess with stuff?
I've
like
never
that?
taken anything. I never even took creatine. It would give me headaches.
Oh, really?
But I would take like the weight gainer whey protein that you get at GNC, the big thing of that. And then, like some sports vitamins. But I never took any hardcore supplements. I think one guy, I won't name him, I think did the deer antler spray under
What
his
is that?
tongue.
Deer antler spray?
What
Velvet or whatever?
Ray Lewis got caught with.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That shit works.
Because it wouldn't show up on test because it's fucking deer antler spray. I don't know what's in it. I should know. I'm from Arkansas, but you'd spray it under your tongue.
Hey,
and it would just
Andrew,
get you.
can you
lit.
write this shit down?
yeah.
What would this shit
Do not
do?
recommend it.
What would this shit do to you? It would give you like
It just get
It's
you
like
jacked.
boost your testosterone.
Bro, it sounds like a fucking drug. Like deer antler spray. Like
But,
we give
was-
this shit to deers and we're fucking giving it to fucking humans.
I think
Was
it's what
the-
they spray on the antlers that they use
the
to help
glow?
attract deer or something.
Oh, true.
I
That's
don't know.
fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Something that shouldn't be in your fucking
Yeah.
body for sure.
There you go.
Deer
Antifreeze?
See, it's that
Deer
velvet.
antler velvet.
It's that velvety fur that's on the antler or on the freaking antler itself that they like squeeze juice out of.
What?
Okay, well, I'm trying to figure out
This is
who the
crazy.
fuck was that one guy that like decided like,
Right. How did they figure this shit out?
Would that guy, would that shit get me
Yeah,
jacked?
that's
Try
crazy.
it.
I'm Indian, so I respect that shit, dude. He used everything just to the down beer, everything.
But like the trainers and anything like that, they never kind of like force you guys to like, hey, y'all need to take these fucking.
Yeah.
I take testosterone now a little bit every now and then,
Right.
not too much because I don't want to like. I feel like I'm still pretty good, but like
You're
know,
young,
just
bro. I
to
don't know why you're taking that shit.
Yeah, but then after 3-day benders, get a little.
Oh, that's true.
It's a good pick me up.
3-day benders.
You
Chris has
extra
no
hairy?
testosterone.
Are you extra hairy from it?
No, actually, I've always been kind of like.
You don't have to part.
Indian.
You don't have to part your ass hair when you take a shit.
He does.
Oh, that deaf.
Because the shit comes out and it just holds on to his hair and it's just painful. I'm telling you, dude, I've been through that shit every day.
I'm just playing. I just heard if you take testosterone, you get hairy.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, cause if you have low T, you don't have a lot of hair. Like, you don't grow
Yeah.
chest hair and stuff.
They've been telling me the opposite shit.
I guess your testosterone's really low because he has not one hair on his
Well, it's
chest.
because I'm also Indian, Cherokee.
Yeah.
Okay. How the fuck
It's
how the fuck did we get here?
don't know.
fucking
He
hair
He started talking about
assholes?
testosterone.
I was just asking if he took anything because I mean I'm an
Andrew's like, I
athlete.
want a big dick. What can you help me out with?
So in between,
Blue
I think before my last year in the summer, I was double lifting. I was lifting with the football team and the basketball team to try to get huge for my last year. And I went to one of the strength trainers or someone on the football team. I won't name who they are, but I was like, man, what can I do to gain weight? I eat everything. What is wrong? And he's like, Hooper, here's what you got to do. So every night at midnight, you need a tub of ice cream, 6-pack of Bud Heavy, and like 2 Whataburger, doubles. Eat that every night. Pound those Bud Heavies, and you will start to gain weight. And I was like,
Bro, Chris has been doing that for 15 years.
Bro. Well, substitute the Bud Heavy for Bud Light. That's 100% accurate. Dude, that's funny.
he seriously told me those 3
Yeah,
things. I
that's
shit you
crazy.
not.
Like specifically, like a fuckload of ice cream, a lot of some beer, a lot of beer, cold beer, and then
Bud Heavy.
right, fucking 2 Whataburger number 5s. How about that with bacon, motherfucker?
That's right.
Yeah,
Not for the
dude.
week, baby.
But he was right because we burn so much calories. We just
Right.
got to get up on the. I mean, I really
gotta
needed
get
like
ahead of it.
10,000.
Well, yeah,
calories.
that's true because you guys work out so
10,000
fucking hard. You know what I mean?
bro.
So you gotta fucking up your intake and shit.
Dude, I eat like 3,000
crazy.
calories in one day and I gain like 5 pounds.
All right, dude. So before we do this IG segment here,
Ready to go.
real fast, one last thing on your student athlete career. Before we get into the IG segment, what would you tell fucking anybody that is listening that might consider pursuing college athletics? Like, what's some like words of advice that you would give them?
Words of advice for new college athletes. Okay.
Drop out.
I think sticking with UTEP for 5 years was one of the best decisions I could have ever made.
Right.
I mean, specifically here in El Paso, and I'm sure it'd be the same in other cities. I mean, I will always be welcome here because of that, because people know I played there for 5 years. It will open so many doors for you.
Right.
Because, I mean, there's only, so many NBA players.
Right,
there's a lot of European leagues and stuff, but, you play for like, 7-10 years, sure. But you got to do something after that eventually. And if you build a rapport with the school and, the coaching staff and the people in the city, you'll be able to get a job anywhere. You got to perform once you get the job. It opens the door, but you got to close it. You actually got to do something. You got to show up and work hard. But I mean, it will create more opportunities than I think transferring will.
Right.
So like loyalty, pretty much.
Loyalty,
Like just sticking.
I think it's a lost art in nowadays, and you could differentiate yourself by doing that. Because everyone's jumping around. Doesn't matter if it's UTEP or Duke. Everyone's jumping around everywhere.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or Latinas here in El Paso called them out. What's up? I said it.
Yeah, all them Latinas jumping around too and shit.
So I tell people that all the time. I played all 5 years at one school, and they're like, "Really?"
They're shocked.
Yeah, because you don't
hear that
see
no
that
more,
anymore.
Exactly.
You don't see that. So
Yeah,
that would be
that's-
my biggest piece of
That's a great.
advice.
That's a
Yeah,
great
dude, that's
advice.
good advice. And I think one of the things you were saying about UTEP is, and the community, it kind of almost provided support in a way. You know what I mean? And so, like, that's what you're talking about is that support. It only grew stronger because of your commitment to the program and just knowing that, like, they could count on you to not just say, hey, I'm fucking out. And, people go to fucking, like, 3 or 4 fucking colleges now. Like, it's fucking crazy.
that's
You know what I
insane.
mean? But I mean, I'm glad it worked out for you, and it seems like everything is like falling into place. So give him a fucking round of applause, Misa. All right, guys. So what we're gonna do now? We're 45 minutes into the first half, and we decided, with a little bit of help from our boy Chris Molina, one of our producers here on the podcast, we decided to do this Instagram segment where I scoured through fucking Hooper's Instagram.
Yeah, you were creeping through.
Yeah,
this shit,
someone
bro.
call it creeping. I would say I'm a good scroller. Like, I just know how to scroll. And
These dudes are like, yo, I'm gonna bring up a picture on IG number 224.
yeah,
And I'm like,
I had to number them because I had to fucking remember. Like, you know what I mean? I should have just screenshot.
What I'm trying
them.
to
I was
think
like,
is like, how did you get to that number? You literally counted.
I
all
counted.
Of them?
Yeah, it was multiple.
What
No,
the
multiplication. There rows of 3, so every fucking you count them down by rows.
my
Anyways, don't listen to how my brain works. Anyways, guys. So the very first picture we have here, Mr. Hooper, I pulled this from your IG. Where can they follow you on IG, by the way?
That's going to be at Hooper Vint. Just my name. No punctuation.
Hooper Vint, straight up, just like that. Okay, cool. So what we have here on the screen, I'm going to let you go ahead and explain this post as to why you put this on Instagram.
So this looks like, is that 2013?
Is that only like 2 little things of cheese?
Yeah. So it's obviously sarcasm. I was a big sarcastic guy, I think, when I was younger. So wow, a way to go overboard on the cheese, Taco Bell. So that's just a normal crunchy taco, ground beef, Taco Bell grade 5 ground beef. And
Did you ask them like go light on the cheese? I don't think.
this is probably opened at home and devastated when you open it here.
What I'm looking at is look at the difference sizes on that fucking taco in his hand. That's like a one bite. That's like those mini tacos from like Jack in the Box, that you get.
In the little box.
And it looks like also that the crunchy shell has cracked here because you see how wide it is. It has to be cracked.
It's lost
And you know what
its,
I'm worried about? No meat.
No, well, it's down there, but
It's under all
the shell has lost its structural
Lettuce.
integrity here.
Yeah.
That's what's happened.
I'm a huge Taco Bell guy.
Where the
though.
fuck is the cheese?
So huge Taco Bell guy. I'm a
Huge.
huge Taco Bell guy too. Have you guys tried the Mexican pizza?
Oh, that's just came. They
Yeah,
came back
it
with
just
that,
came
right?
back. Like
Mexican
supposedly,
pizza?
like
What?
it's a fucking hit. Have you guys tried this shit?
I've never tried it, but yeah, I did hear that like they had like a big ass fucking thing about.
Let's see
all
the
that.
next picture.
Are you a fucking or Mexican pizza guy? Have you tried
I
it?
used to eat them when they used to have them, but not too much. I'm more of a chalupa guy now.
Oh,
Hey,
bro, I would give up sex for life for unlimited chalupa. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding, bro. Chalupas are so fucking good. They're amazing. I love that shit.
Chris, you got a
fuck
problem.
chalupa.
I do have a problem, but I also have a fuckload of
It's because what
chalupas.
Chris does is he'll get a chalupa and then he'll fuck it and then he'll eat it. He's like, fuck it, I'll give up sex
Jesus
for that.
Christ.
They're like, you want sour cream with that? He's like, nah, I got it.
I just want the chalupa. That's it. So big chalupa guy, are we, Hooper?
Yes, sir. Those cravings boxes with the chalupa and the burrito and the
Yes, sir.
Doritos taco.
Yes,
I
sir.
have one thing to add, dude. If Taco Bell started to make pizzas, you know what those remind me of? The lunch, like when you used the ones
The
you used to
Lunchables.
get, the ones at lunch, you know, the square
Oh,
ones?
at school?
Oh, yeah.
No,
yeah.
those are
Are
fucking
they gonna be
bomb,
the
dude.
same thing like that?
Nah,
No.
There's not even pizza, bro. It's all fucking It's like beans and fucking.
You ever
it's-
had a Taco Bell pizza
A
before?
Mexican pizza's like a fucking tostada, essentially.
Yeah, it's a tostada.
Yeah.
2 tostadas
Oh,
on top
okay.
Yeah,
of each
it's
other.
not actually pizza, you,
I was all
you fucking moron.
It could also be a
It's Taco Bell.
It could also be a Mexican burger. I don't know what.
And
I
I'm
thought
from
they were
Arkansas.
reaching. I was like,
I'm the
they're
gringo
getting
here.
better.
Right. Dude,
Hey, first of all, Taco Bell's not Mexican.
Okay, how does Hooper have a better understanding of what Taco Bell creates than
Because
you?
that's
because-
white people Mexican food. That's
No, because Hooper has been
Oh
living
my
in El Paso
God.
longer than Andrew.
Wait, so I have fucking Andrew like going to fucking Taco Bell and actually wanting a fucking pizza from them, like a real pizza. He's pulling up to Taco Bell.
He's in the drive-thru. He's like, easy on the sauce.
Can I get a pepperoni jalapeno on that Taco Bell pizza?
With crema on it.
Fucking Andrew.
bro,
Okay. Second post here. Let's see what we got. God damn, Andrew.
my
For the
bad.
love
That's
of
my
God. Okay, Hooper, here we go. This is from 2015.
Oh my! There's no
This-
way. Look, there's no way that we could do that with you because this guy's like fucking 6'11", and then he fucking takes it, dude.
Okay, but what are they doing, Hooper? What are you guys taking
shots.
Y'all know who those are?
Well, no, I don't know who you're with.
So I'm
but-
the guy on the left.
Okay, you're doing, what are those ski shots?
That's the shot skis, and that's
That's this guy?
That's me.
This guy.
I'm in the black shirt.
Okay.
I think I have a black shirt on. Yeah.
Who's in the middle? That looks like Cedric Lang.
That's Cedric Lang.
Oh, yes.
And
okay.
that's Tyler
He used to play
Tafoya.
for the ball. Or for the ball. He played with UTEP, and so did Tyler.
Yeah, that was my first year roommate. Ced's a good friend.
Damn,
But yeah, so
that's
we're
what's
doing the
up,
shot
dude.
skis at my favorite place ever, the Corner Tavern. Rest in peace.
Right.
What?
R.I.P.
It's now Fool's Gold.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember.
But Corner Tavern was our go-to. We'd go there first, and then the rest of Cincy after.
So that's how you would start your night for Cincy, fucking Corner Tavern.
ski shot.
every time.
Nice. Okay.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
How
Not
did you
always the
squeeze
ski
through
shop.
that little ass door.
Yeah, that is a small ass door.
Dude,
to get
I bet
over.
you, even on your knees, you're probably the tallest guy in El Paso still.
All right. So what do you guys remember this night?
We had a lot of nights there.
We had a lot of those.
I don't remember this one specifically. It looks like we're really hot.
Right.
Wait, what day
Yeah,
was
you
this?
guys look sweaty as fuck.
It says
February,
it says
wow.
February.
So
It's
we
still
must-
hot.
2018 though, February 2018.
There's no way that's 2018.
It
I
says
think-
February.
No, but that's
2018.
probably when it was posted. But that picture.
Oh,
is,
that's probably-
the
it was a
picture.
throwback
Look
Thursday.
at the IG font, dude. Look how old the IG font is. on
Dude,
there.
for real, it's got an
It's got the
underline and
blue
shit.
lettering from way back when Instagram. had
Oh,
that shit.
so it looks like I posted
Right.
an old screenshot
Right.
I took of Corner Taverns
Oh,
on
yeah, because it says
Instagram.
20 weeks ago.
yeah, that's what you did.
Yep.
He snapped the screenshot and then he
Damn.
uploaded it. But yeah, this picture was way before 2018.
Yep. Bring Tavern back. Yep.
Yep. There you
I think
go.
the main thing we took from this is like if we try to do this with you, we'll all be doing pull-ups.
He lifts it up and then we all fucking get up there.
You can see the technique. I actually have a hold of the shot glass because it has been an issue when I do the shot skis with the shorter people where it gets a little, you gotta,
Angle.
it's fallen on me before.
So you learn,
I'm gonna need to take like a stool next time with me if I go with this guy, just in case he wants to do that.
Yeah, now they do that at Twin Peaks.
Yeah,
I think
I've done
they
the
do.
shot ski at Twin Peaks, actually. That's the only time I've ever done one of those. So let's get that last post up here, Andrew, real fast.
All right.
on this last one here. What do we got? What do we got?
This one. Oh,
Boom. There you go.
Oh shit!
I think I'm gonna make two assumptions
Damn,
here.
Elvis or what?
I'm gonna make two assumptions
Barrel?
here, Hooper. I figure that you're a watch guy because you got a nice watch on here, got a nice watch on there, and a cigar guy every once in a while, huh?
cigar every once in a while. My dad liked cigars. Used to give me some to chew on when I was very young.
That's crazy.
I was like 7.
Damn, that's
like-
wild.
We'd be on fishing trips. You know, he'd give me like a
Right,
little
right,
Swisher
right.
Sweet to chew on.
Here, dude.
Dad of the year.
Chew on that. That's
and it would
crazy.
burn
That's
my lips,
dope.
and I didn't understand why.
Okay, so where are you here?
Well, that's the cigar bar down by, I forget
In
what it's
Paso.
called. Down by
In
the
here. Oh, we are in El Paso.
by the Chihuahua Stadium. Right there.
Fuck.
It's a girl's name, isn't it?
No.
Or they have it.
It's a little brick
downstairs?
building right there, and it's the upstairs. This is the upstairs part of the cigar bar. The cigars are downstairs.
I forget
and you
what
go
that place
upstairs
was
and
called.
Yeah, you got to be over 6 feet tall and white to be up there.
So
No, I don't think so.
I mean, look at the guy next to you.
That's he might. I mean, I know who that is, but I mean, I'm not going to comment on it.
Yeah. Anyway.
What are you drinking there? Do you remember? Is it always been bourbon? What you
Scotch.
Scotch?
It was probably something similar to this, probably a Balvenie or a Glenmorangie. Those are my go-tos.
Damn.
go-to Scotch, huh? Mm-hmm. So
Scotch guy.
have you always been like just like pure Scotch, or like were you ever like a beer guy like back in the day?
I mean, I've always liked beer. I like the light beers and the Mexican beers, you know,
Right.
red beers and stuff. But Scotch, no. Don, my boss, got me into Scotch when I started at Hub.
Yeah, he's like, let me show you how to fucking party in style right here, bro. Start sipping this. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's good. He's looking out for you. That's a mentor if I've ever seen one right there.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. So look, we're at 54 minutes here. We're gonna take
Damn,
a quick
crazy.
break, and then what we're gonna do is talk to Hooper about these NBA playoff games that we got going on. We'll get into that, and then also about how you had your first experience calling games for ESPN Plus, which that's fucking cool.
That's it. That's fucking.
That's like a
huge,
dream
bro.
job of mine.
Yeah,
so
it's a dream job for sure.
We'll definitely get into that. And at the very end, we got some trending topics and some 5 random questions. So we'll do all that in the second half, guys. For everybody that's listening, make sure you guys are subscribing to our YouTube channel, liking us on Instagram and Facebook. And one more time, Mr. Hooper, where can they follow you on IG?
At Hoopervent, HooperVint.
All right, guys, follow our boy Hooper. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Try to replace me, but bitch, I'm one of a kind. You know, I be speed racing up on the highway 95. Look, I don't give a fuck why these niggas hating on me. Oh, wait, because I got your bitch tripping on me. She said my love promethazine got her leaning on me. Spanish mommy with that accent, bet she call me Poppy. Okay, yeah, she be hitting my phone like when she long.
All right, guys, we are back from break, episode 125, conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast, with friend of the podcast, Mr. Hooper Vint. So I did a thing again, guys. I popped Mr. Hooper's podcast cherry. So how are you feeling the vibe? I'm a big cherry popper. I'm a big cherry popping guy. So what do you think of the pod so far? I know you said it was the first time you've done anything like this. Like, what do you feel? What do you think about the vibe so far?
I think it's great. It's awesome. You know, I've watched, as everyone else has, all the Rogan podcasts and stuff. So it's cool.
It's cool, dude. And then
I
you
would
brought-
phrase the question like, how do you feel like being in a room with 4 other men? Like it.
He's like, I was on a college basketball team. What do you think?
I don't like it as much as you do.
Get him. Get him, Hoop. Get his ass. All right, guys. So, yeah, we got a
Yeah,
good
Rob.
second half for you. Real fast, what we wanted to do, Mr. Andrew Vargas, guys, for you guys who don't know, he's a local comedian here from Las Cruces. We've had him on the pod before. He's been a producer a few times. We brought him back today. Mr. Andrew also has a big life transition that's happening. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on with you here, Andrew?
Dude, I'm moving to Austin, bro.
Woo-wee!
I'm trying to be the big boy, and to be a big boy, man, in the comedy scene, you got to go hang with the big boys. So,
Yeah, so share your IG here really fast so
All right.
we can check it out.
oh shit, I'm clicking on shit.
Yeah, are you lost? You good? Go.
Former New Mexico correctional officer accused of having sex. That's all I saw.
Watch out. Yeah, there's some hot
You're from
tabs
New
there.
Mexico. You live in
Jeez.
New Mexico, right?
I am.
That was you, was it?
Yes, that's my boy.
That's my boy.
Oh, I actually have to leave the state real quick. Like tomorrow.
You might be on parole. Who knows? All right. So what's your
man.
plans or what's going on with you, dude?
Dude, I got blessed. So like the next year is just gonna be focused on comedy and this podcast, man. So that's all I'm gonna be doing. Just fucking going out there.
Nice,
doing
dude.
shows on.
You excited? You scared? What's your thoughts right now, bro?
Dude, I'm scared but excited. But like I've learned that like that feeling is like that's when you know you're progressing because like otherwise you feel comfortable and you're just chilling and you're hanging out.
Yeah.
Like never would I thought that I was gonna sell everything I fucking own to like fit everything in a car now, and then go live over here where they're like supposedly it's supplied. I mean it's there, you know what I mean?
Right.
But still it's like in your head like how you
This is
bro
all
you
my
probably
shit.
experienced this younger. Like that's what I thought was crazy. Like you're being recruited to go into
At 18?
university like at a kid. Yeah, dude, I'm 28 and I'm barely leaving. Like I feel like I'm barely leaving the dorm and shit. Like it's kind of crazy, but yeah, it's badass that it's like I get to do shit that like writing little dick jokes. That's what I'm doing.
Hey.
Right. That's literally what I get
You should
paid
think
for
about writing
next
the
year.
big ones though.
Yeah.
But dude, that's cool, man.
Oh yeah, dude.
But thank you guys for having me, man. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you for giving me 10 minutes just to shout out and say that I'm on the way out.
Oh yeah, dude. Thank you. And like we started becoming friends and shit. We've had Andrew in here a few times. We've gone to his shows. Funny fucking guy. And you know, it's gonna suck that you're not here anymore, dude. But you know,
But that
we'll be
gives us a
supporting-
reason for road trip, bro.
Right. Yeah. And you know, we'll be supporting you all the way from El Paso.
yeah.
And you know what? Like we'll have you on again once you're fucking actually doing like little fucking comedy tours in the future, dude. You never know. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
best of luck to you, Andrew. We're
Thank you.
behind you. Give him
Appreciate
a fucking
that.
round of applause.
Yes, sir.
Support your
planning a
friends,
trip.
guys. Support your friends. Support their dreams.
Just be a hooper and don't quit, all right?
Like, Vint.
I'll come see you, man. I'll come see your show. I'm planning a trip to Austin next month, so
Perfect.
Yeah.
Hey,
there you
it
go.
is.
Right there. Okay, Mr. Hooper. So back to let's talk to you a little bit about kind of the new challenges that you have been going through. You started calling games for ESPN Plus, right? You said you did like 2 simulcasts with Eric Allen from KVIA, correct?
That's correct. Yeah. So it started, you know, initially, I think the only thing I thought I could ever do after college, if I didn't play ball, was just be like a sports broadcaster or something, you know, ESPN. Yeah. I thought like, I could Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, I would destroy those. No fucking problem. But yeah. So I talked to Tysher about it at about the same time I was interviewing with Don at Hub.
Nice.
So I think he remembered that. And so last year, I think Steve was sick or something.
Okay.
And I think Tysher was at a football game in North Texas. And so it was me and Steve Kapowitz that did the New Mexico State game at New Mexico State, the radio though. And so I think that started it. And that was like in November or whenever. And then Darby called me, the assistant AD, you know, when we were in the postseason tournament playing, and I said, of course, yeah, I'll do it. He gave me the choice of TV actually or radio.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I
Nice.
chose TV because radio is hard.
You think radio is harder than TV?
Yes, because in TV, people can see what's going on, so you don't have to describe every little scenario.
Okay, I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. Right.
So, yeah.
The picture's already painted in TV.
Yeah.
In radio, you have to do that
Yeah.
verbally. You know what I mean?
It's theater in the mind.
Yep. So like, how was that? Like when obviously you hadn't done anything like that before. Like, well, how was this something that you just it fell into your lap, or like it was something that like you thought you would be good at, and you were just like, fuck it, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, I think I can do it. I can get better at it, definitely. I don't mind speaking, and I know the game of basketball. I was definitely nervous, but Eric was awesome to work with because there's a play-by-play guy, the guy that's talking like 70% of the time, and then there's the color guy, you know, like the Stan Van Gundy. So
That's me right here.
that's you.
He's our
yeah,
color
yeah.
guy on the podcast.
Yeah, you're the color guy. So that's what I jump in and talk about the basketball. But I got more comfortable at the second game. And it's funny, after the second game, I was thinking all this funny stuff I could have said, but I was just like so uptight about being like perfect, not cussing, you know, trying to do a good job. But like, why didn't I comment on we're ESPN Plus? Why aren't we ESPN the Ocho? You know, like, come on.
I know that.
A nice little culture reference there. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, and then like you were saying, like before the pod, like you got to watch what you say. You know what I mean? Like you're, I'm sure you guys are like on a little bit of a delay, but for the most part, you guys are live, so you know you don't want to slip up, and it's your very first time doing it, so you want to like set a good precedent for like the commentator that you can be, and not like be some rogue fucking commentator just taking people out, taking shots.
I just
like,
imagine Hooper watching a basketball game, like broadcasting, and somebody like shoots and he misses, and Hooper's like trash.
There's a level of professionalism
He's like trash.
that you have to be at. You know what I mean?
But that's still, I feel like that's more entertaining though. That's what people want.
Well, you can
man.
say that. I would phrase it
You have to
as
say it in the nicest way.
Coach Golding was not very happy with that shot. And
Right.
yep, here comes the sub right now.
That shot
switch it
selection
up.
was poor,
That's
and now we
Nah.
have this guy checking in.
Chris would have been different. Chris would be like, "Yeah, that's trash, Coach. Take him out." Oh, I told you.
Oh, he already knew it.
He's
He
out.
knew it.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. And so, like, I'm sure there's challenges that come with it. Working with Eric, you said, was cool. So that, helped you. Is this something that you foresee yourself doing in the future? Or is this, something that you do like here and there? Like, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, I think it probably starts more of a here and there thing, but they did ask if I would be interested in doing it next year.
Okay, cool.
And so I told them yes, as long as it works with the schedule and everything. So I know that there's a current guy that does it already, and I don't know him, but so I assume it would have to deal with if he wants to do it or not, or whatever Eric's doing as well.
I say they pick whoever's tallest.
I'd win that battle probably.
Yeah, that's right.
They just have him do a jump ball for the fucking jump. Here, dude. We're just going to jump for it right here. And he's like, well, this is easier for me. But yeah, dude, that's cool. And I'm sure, like, how does that feel? Like, when you're actually, like, did you watch this shit back and you're like, damn, this is what I really sound like?
I mean,
Like,
dude,
was
how
that?
hard is it to not swear? Fuck.
It's pretty tough not to swear. I've kind of learned that in my job not to swear. So I'm good on that. I could pretty much not
Got that
swear the
locked
whole
down,
time.
right.
I'm not Charles Barkley, but no filter.
Yeah, dude. So that's cool, man. I mean, like I said, that's something that I've always like thought I've considered would be like a dream to call a game. Basketball, football, soccer. For me, I enjoy those three.
Chris, you
sports
should
the
start
most.
off with like going to like them peewee football games, like them little kids, like this like 6-year-old, 7-year-old,
Just commentating the fucking peewee game.
Set up all this shit.
Set up all this shit. They'll be like, dude, you're really invested into youth sports.
Yeah, that little kid
Yes.
is trash.
Yeah.
Whoever's
Yeah, dude.
parents that is, y'all need to put them in tennis.
I think it's just cool because like, when you're calling a game, when you're broadcasting, like, all eyes are on you guys. You know what I mean? You guys are the sound of the game. And I think it's something that people, when they realize they have a good commentator, a good broadcaster, it sticks out. Like when you watch a Monday Night Football game and you got Tony Romo and he's going to tell you the exact fucking play they're going to run before they run it. That shit's impressive. You know what I mean? So
actually, speaking of that, I was hearing Steve the other day. And that was that question that came around, and it was like, would you watch a game knowing, like, okay, let's say you're a really big Tony Romo fan as a broadcaster. Would you want to watch the game more because he's broadcasting? Or let's say you don't like him, would you not watch the game because he's broadcasting? Like the guy that's broadcasting, is it affecting the viewers that much to where they're being like, oh, well, you know what? I want to watch the Cowboys game, but I don't want to hear Tony Romo. Let me lower it down, or let me not watch it.
That's a good point. I mean, there are definitely certain people I watch that I mute the game.
you're just
really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like to
this.
watch games muted. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Just
sometimes
broadcast it yourself in your
and it's
head?
funny because when I started doing the commentary, I was like, okay, I wonder who's making fun of me. Because I'd be like, when I would watch games, I'd be like, yeah, okay, come on, that's so
Well, here's a
stupid,
guy. well, here's a guy. That,
Well, where do they put Aikman and Buck now? I think they're going to
Well, they left Fox, right?
they're going to Monday night, right?
Yeah, they're going to Monday night, and then fucking Brady got like that stupid fucking
Yeah,
deal
dude.
Yeah.
for his post career.
375 for 10 years whenever he wants to start
Right,
it.
whenever he wants to start,
Which will
the
be
day
in
he
10
says, right? But yeah, I mean,
Which will
I
be in 10 years.
Like you, like
And they said get hurt first
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
play.
Brady might never call a game. He'll just keep playing for the rest of his fucking life.
That's smart money.
But one of the things that like Misa said, or like how it affects like if people watch the game, and you're saying that you'll mute it depending on who's the commentator. At the same time, like he's saying, some people fucking go because Joe Buck's on the call, and Joe Buck is a legendary broadcaster. Like he does baseball, he does football. Like this guy is fucking skilled at it. And then you also have people like Al Michaels, like somebody that have been a staple in the broadcasting community. And people like John Teicher too. I think when you hear them on the call, you're more engaged, or you're more.
Well, yeah, it's like watching a movie
Right.
without the sound. You know, like you're watching a movie and the action is good, but you want to hear what the hell they're saying or whatever.
But it's also like the same thing when you watch a movie because you like a certain actor. It's like you like the way this person does this.
it's true.
And so you want to fucking tune in. So I think that's why these people make so much money, dude. That's like
I think
the
they're
reason.
underpaid.
Like I don't care who fucking
Yeah.
is playing, as long as Tony Romo is calling the game.
Yes.
I'm down to watch it.
He's
honestly.
probably worth $100 million a year, in my opinion, at
Right.
least on the broadcast. I mean, because everyone wants to tune into the
Right.
Tony Romo game.
And he's so good at it, dude. Like
Oh,
he's
yeah.
a fucking.
He calls
G
the
at that
plays.
shit.
Be a coach, bro. Why couldn't you do that when you were a fucking player?
I mean, I think, dude, it's easier to be a broadcaster than a coach. We've talked about that. Like Teicher told us, he's like, I'm not gonna fucking want all that pressure.
like, I am the
You know what I
coach.
mean? I can go home and walk away, and my day's done here. It's not the same as a coach. Like your coach is like a fucking on the clock 24/7. So yeah, dude, that's cool. I really do think that it was like I told you before. I saw you on the broadcast, and that was kind of like it popped into my fucking head. I was like, dude, I remember Hooper Vint. And then I followed you on IG, and now we're here. Like, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
he's like, yeah, we gotta have him in my house. Hopefully, he fits through the door. But speaking of, would you ever thought about like coaching? Would you want to coach?
I thought about it a lot, but I mean, it is the worst job in America. So everyone thinks like, oh, it's awesome to be Nick Saban or Coach Floyd or Coach K. Your life, your work, your money is predicated on
Your
on the performance of 18 to 22 year olds.
Damn. If you
That's
put
true.
it like that, fuck that.
No, but it's true. That's the bottom line.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? You're only
what's
as
so
good
hard.
as the result. You know what I mean? And the result is what gets you paid. And, that's exactly how it fucking works. But I saw something, you brought up Nick Saban and all these NIL deals. Nick Saban was like calling out, I think it was Kevin Sumlin at like Texas A&M for fucking paying for his whole recruiting class, which I thought it was like calling the kettle black in a situation. I was like, dude, Saban, like, bro, you guys have the #1 team every single year, hands down. Like, I thought that was interesting. Did you see that at all?
Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, there's
interesting. I was like, bro,
there's a lot of people paying, and there's actually some of the top programs that don't pay.
right.
There are some. I obviously have no idea what Alabama does. I would assume they probably pay some guys, but I mean, it also is Alabama. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't have to.
Maybe the fucking reputation in itself is enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to Alabama. If I'm a starter there and I start for 2 years, I'm going to be drafted.
Yeah.
Especially
that's-
now that they're making
yeah.
their own money.
That's it. That's just kind of
Yeah.
fucking how it is. You know what I
There
mean?
are some that don't though. I've talked to. I mean, obviously, I have friends that have played D1 in multiple sports at certain schools, across the country, and I've talked to them. Like, curious, they paying at y'all's place? It's like,
Right.
no, yes, no, yes.
Right. It's different, right?
Some don't. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting, man. And so, like I said, I just thought, like, when I saw those comments on IG the other day, I was just like, fucking Nick Saban, dude, you're barking up the wrong tree here. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. Nobody's gonna feel sorry for you.
I think Nick Saban at this point gives 0 fucks.
Yeah, of course,
bro. Yeah,
But he's out here doing Affleck
He's
commercials.
doing whatever the fuck he wants, dude.
Like, he gives no fucks at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he's got it made, bro. He's got
He's
it
got
made
the
for
money
life.
coming in. What
So
else you gotta
okay,
worry
so
about?
other than fucking coaching and doing this broadcasting on the side, is there anything else that you want to pursue? Is there any other hobbies or interests that like you would consider getting more involved in?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a gamer. I mean, nerd, whatever you want to call it.
Me
Build
too,
my
bro.
own computers, stream
That's
on
crazy.
Twitch sometimes in my pastime. If I could be, a gamer on the side as much as possible, I would totally do that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Favorite video game of all time?
Ooh, that's tough.
Do you have to order an extra large remote?
I don't use I use a mouse and
He's on the
keyboard,
keyboard, bro.
but I do use an extra large mouse.
Even
Yes.
better.
They make them?
So
They
you
make
can
them
just use
larger?
one hand.
Bink does Zoe FK1 Plus. They just came out with a new one actually, and
out.
I just
And it's like a bigger fucking mouse?
it's longer and bigger. It fits my long fingers will hang over a normal
Holy
mouse.
shit.
Yeah.
I like how he was gonna be like, if it's your just mine.
Dude, if I was...
I never knew they had different fucking mouse sizes, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That never occurred to me
If
before.
I bought one of his sizes, I'd have
that's
to use
funny.
both my hands.
We could have a whole
Fucking move it
episode
around.
on being tall, just in general and what we go through.
Right. All the different things that you have.
That just makes me think about everything else. Like, dude, like going to a fucking, you go to a party or you're somewhere and you need to take a shit and you go and there's a fucking small ass toilet. Like, do you have to open your cheeks all like on each side to make sure it goes? Like, what happened?
No,
like
it's actually healthier,
your knees are like hitting your chin because you know you're so fucking tall. It's crazy, dude. Like when you shower, like the water's hitting like your nipple instead of your head. Like,
Lisa obviously has a million questions. He just rattled off like 5
You know what I'm gonna do?
issues
You know what I'm gonna do after this? I'm gonna try and spend a whole week with like those like have you seen those extensions that workers do like when they have to reach something?
Yeah.
And so they're like fucking like
You're gonna
8 feet
walk
tall.
around on stilts for a whole week.
on stilts for a whole fucking week just to live a Hooper's life. Yeah.
If you need assistance, I'll let
except
you know.
not all the athleticism.
Yeah, but anyways, gaming. We're talking about gaming.
Also, the second time you mentioned spreading your ass cheeks on the pod for no reason.
I said
today.
spreading my ass cheeks twice.
Yes, that's the second
I don't think
time.
that has
second
anything
time?
to do
Wow.
with height. I think you're just interested in
Well,
it.
just wait for the third time, man.
I'm more interested on this counter. Who's counting that?
Right? Chris is like writing it down. He's like, I guess I'm gonna have
Why
to
are we talking about
spread my
spreading
ass cheeks after this.
This makes no sense. Okay, so favorite video game of all time. I am gonna put my fucking money on Halo 2. That was my favorite video game of all time. I think Halo 2 introduced the whole concept of multiplayer online, live chat rooms, all that, like parties, fucking toxicity. Those chat rooms were very, very toxic. You would get fucking cussed out for no reason. But that would be my favorite game of all time.
Okay.
What about you?
I've got a few for each genre. It's the issue, like first person shooting game, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare.
Oh, dude.
And then MOBA, League of Legends,
Always.
Battle Royale, PUBG, and then what are we missing? RPG would be the Elder Scrolls, just any of them. Okay. Yeah, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim.
Sports games. I'm a big FIFA guy. You play Madden, 2K?
Madden, 2K.
Okay. I love 2K. I love 2K, Madden, and FIFA. I'll play any of them.
I've been enjoying the UFC games.
The UFC games are good.
The UFC games.
Just making the tallest guy possible and just going
just
undefeated.
Hey, I have
hammering
a
some
question
guy.
as basketball players. Like, what the hell's the difference between 2K and the fucking other one?
NBA Live?
Yes.
It's
Well,
just-
NBA Live sucks.
Yeah, so like NBA Live is the Wish version of 2K. No, I don't think so.
I think the graphics are better.
I mean, NBA Live and fucking 2K are just two competing basketball video game franchises. But NBA Live has been around a very long time. But 2K is made by EA, and EA has just more of a fucking powerhouse behind
I thought like because when I grew up on the NBA Live.
it. Yeah,
time,
NBA
right?
Live was
We all
rough.
did.
Yeah, and then
03.
2K came out, and it kind of just reminded me of you guys ever remember playing that Blitz game on
Yeah.
for football? I
Space
felt like
Jam?
it was kind of like the same like that. Like I thought like, dude, that's fucking crazy. I could fucking do those actual like dunks, like windmill dunks on the fucking 2K
Customize
game.
it, yeah.
And that's what I actually ended up thinking about it. And I was like, dude, I like it. Because I've always liked games that were kind of realistic, you know? Like, I didn't want to be that one guy that's fucking like 30 kills, you know, or 50 fucking point games in a fucking game. But I thought, like, I saw that and I was like, yo, dude.
Well,
Shit.
while we're talking
Get
about them,
Shaq doing that?
let me tell y'all something that sucks as a college athlete. So I had always played the 2K college hoops in the NCAA college hoops, more the 2K, you know, 2K5, you know, you're playing as like Kevin Durant, JJ Redick, all these awesome college
I
players.
miss the college basketball games though, honestly.
They turned that off though, you know, they stopped making the college. Guess when they did it?
I think it was what?
When your ass last year?
They did it the year I became a D1 athlete. Do you know how sad I was when
You wanted to be in the game.
I
right?
wanted to be. I didn't care if I was overall 45.
Right. Just be in the game.
I would have shot every shot with my play in the game. Because everyone creates themselves in a game, right? But
exactly.
imagine actually
Already
being in the
being
game.
in the
already
game
created
already.
in the game. Yeah.
But the thing is
If
like,
I turned off the game.
but the thing is like your last name wouldn't even be shown. It's just your number.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
let's
care.
say
I don't
power
care.
forward number, whatever. But it
And
would
then
also
his picture.
no, but they
I
wouldn't
would have
show.
probably been like, you know, the wrong skin tone. The wrong
but it would show your exact height, your weight, and where you're from.
Yeah.
So
That's like your personal
That's how
info,
you would
bro.
know
That's
it was
like-
you,
I made it.
my whole life I played the games and made myself in the games.
dude.
But then I missed out on it.
Bro,
I'm the last
NCAA is so stupid.
Bro, my heart is breaking right now for you.
Thank
Like,
you.
I'm about to cry
I'm
because
upset.
I played a lot of college basketball, NCAA college basketball games, and I loved fucking making my own player and fucking recruiting them and all that good shit. And for you to be in the situation where you were almost in the fucking game and they fucking took that from you,
Yeah.
bro. That's not cool, bro.
You know how long it takes to create a player? You know, like this guy had he was that close to already having it ready by the time he turned on. He's like,
Bro,
dude, I don't
that-
have to do that shit. It's already
Man,
on.
R.I.P. NCAA.
I would've put it on my
football
resume.
and- right. Yeah. Featured athlete in NCAA 08 or whatever the fucking year.
So why do you think we should hire you?
Oh god,
Have
man.
you played NCAA 08?
Those were better days, bro. Those were way better days.
Those were the good times.
All right, so let's do this, guys. Let's fucking transition to our trending topics here. We have 3 trending local and national trending topics.
Okay.
Before you, can you just hit the share? There you go, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm trying to
So
make it.
one of them that we fucking, and this is a soccer topic because I'm a huge soccer fan, and this is a pretty big deal.
This is crazy, bro.
Fucking Lionel
This
Messi
is-
is like the Michael Jordan of fucking modern day soccer. Some would argue Cristiano Ronaldo's up there. There's a few other players you can argue. But one thing that is going to happen in the near future here is Lionel Messi, when his contract runs out at PSG, which is a French club, he will be coming over to the MLS with Inter Miami and David Beckham's own group. So that's pretty cool because
It's kind of
fucking-
crazy, right? Because these players are like I mean, they played most of their careers or all of their careers in Europe, right?
In Europe, yes.
And then so you have like these big stars coming to America, MLS, fucking the first time, right?
to retire, yeah.
To retire. I mean, we had Beckham. Did Beckham ever play for?
Yeah,
MLS
Beckham played
team?
for the LA Galaxy back in the day, but he made his fucking living playing in the Premier League, but Beckham was an international star, and when
It would be like a Michael Jordan leaving the NBA and
Yeah,
going to
that's
play for China or something. Right?
that's exactly what it is, and a lot of people will give him grief because MLS isn't at the highest competition level, but I think he just wants to live in America, still get to play.
Is Messi gonna be part owner of this fucking team when he joins?
I don't know
part
if,
of the contract?
I don't know if that was part of the contract, but
Because I've heard rumors that like if he was to
Potentially-
join, he could potentially be
Right.
like 30% part owner of
right,
that whole
potentially
fucking team.
there's some ownership stake. But yeah, I don't know. The thing is, it's huge. Like this guy eventually will be playing in MLS, and it's the Michael Jordan of soccer right there. I know Hooper. You said you're not the biggest soccer guy, but you know who Messi is, right? Everybody
Oh, I know
knows.
who Messi is. I mean, it's interesting though. I think at a high level, it talks to the U.S. more than anything because like someone would probably pay LeBron $500 million a year to go play in China or something.
Hey, that's
right?
true. Yeah.
Go play in the
He
Russian
would
league.
never.
Hell no.
You would never see that accepted ever from a top NBA player.
Right.
But
If he had that choice,
Obviously-
you think he would have done it?
I'm sure he's had it multiple
Well,
times.
so
yeah.
it's the reverse. Like here for basketball, the domestic league is the best fucking league in the world. When you're in soccer, and when you're in
It's
Europe,
international. It's-
when you're in Europe and you're playing over there, you're playing in the highest leagues, and MLS is like a fucking MLS is a step down. But like you said, he wants to fucking play and spend some time in America, cash out, score some fucking nasty goals in MLS, and then call it a day. Why not?
Well, it's just you're coming to the U.S. I mean, it's not probably even for the money for him anymore.
Right.
He's made
Exactly. Come for
hundreds
the
of
lifestyle.
millions.
You come for all the fucking additional shit that the United States has to offer you. You know what I mean? So
It's fucking Russia, dude. That's what's happening.
because
man.
the MLS like sucks compared to
right, it's not. It's
the
like
other leagues.
It's like in the world rankings, it's probably like the 7th or 8th like strongest league.
Yeah.
So you have fucking the English Premier League, the Bundesliga, La Liga, the French League, the Dutch League, the fucking Danish League. A lot of these leagues are more competitive than fucking the MLS. So, but very
you would
interesting.
never
to
see. So Messi is a LeBron, Michael Jordan, Kobe
right.
status.
He's in
player.
that status. In
Okay,
the
so
world
he's
of
a top.
soccer.
He's a top 10 all time soccer player.
Right,
Okay.
yes.
So you would never see a top 10 NFL or NBA player go to the 5th worst league
Right.
in another country
Never.
to make $100 million a year.
never. That would never happen, dude. That's
So
like,
what do you think Messi's doing it?
because it's kind of like we said, it's just the draw of America. Like you just come, the soccer's not as good here.
Right.
That's not a secret. Everybody knows.
Well,
that.
I mean,
but we can pay you
Miami,
a
baby.
lot of money, and you're gonna have the fucking nicest penthouse in the city of Miami.
I'm thinking about it. The way I thought about it is like, I guess it's a smart move, especially like he's already coming like towards the end of his career.
Right.
Like, this
His
guy's
best
already
years
older.
are behind him.
His best years are behind him already, and he's like, look,
Right.
I already have all this behind me. And this whole rumor about him owning like at least 30% of that team,
You riding off into
he's
the
already
sunset.
planning what's next after
Exactly.
the game, and that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And dude, Messi,
bro.
like I don't know if this is true. Like I've looked up like documentaries on Messi and the way he started and how he started, and since he's been very big, like even his home was built as shaped as a soccer ball, 3 stories. But not just that, but where he lived at, they wouldn't even allow for you know how you could go like on Google Maps and check out like shit from up
you
there.
can see like what places.
What
look
places
like.
his stuff was blacked out. He paid enough money for his like his whole land to be blacked out. Nobody could see, not even from I don't know if that's actually real or whatever, but I've seen a couple.
They got animations.
Look at that.
They have
That's his fucking house.
Give me a
that's
second.
wild.
Give me one.
So they have like animations of what his house would look like. Is that what that is?
Yes, sir.
So that's what I'm saying. You already have that.
Yeah.
Why do you need to come to America?
$2 million, bro.
Well,
because,
if you're
because
thinking of
think
the
about
future.
it, watch Netflix. He's gonna have a show. His kids are gonna be like having a show. It's just the money. It's a money
Yeah,
move
it's a money move for sure.
for sure.
And it's
Miami too. Like
yeah, it's something like I said. It's the lifestyle of being.
Bro, even
in
his
America.
dogs, he has a dog that I think they grow up to be really big. They kind of look like bulldogs, just super huge. And
They're mastiffs, I
The
think.
Mastiffs, he paid like 400 something thousand just for 2 of them.
but look at he has to basically get a wife.
wild.
for
And he's
each
over here
section.
like playing like the dogs are trying to get the ball and he's practicing with them to try to keep it away from them. You know, like these fucking
wild,
dogs
bro.
are bigger than him.
All right, so Messi to the MLS. That's pretty much
Cooper, if
almost a
you
done
ever
deal.
like had that much money, would you ever buy like some exotic animal like that? And if you would,
giraffe.
a giraffe. You'd be seeing it eye to eye every day.
I like how he already knew.
He knew
He's
it,
like
like, a
a
fucking-
giraffe, easy, bro.
They call me Giraffe Man in 3rd grade. They bullied me for it.
Wow.
It's all good.
Giraffe man. That's the episode title.
You
right?
fucking, he was bullied for it.
I'm
Damn
sorry.
it.
I'm sorry.
Who cares? We're all bullied, all right.
So consider it. Sorry, I don't.
Especially, we have to laugh at him because he's white.
Well, you know what they say: if it's white, it's all right.
All right. So the second topic we got here, this one was related to the rising temperatures and throughout the world here. It's extremely hot in El Paso. Hooper was telling us he almost melted in his car on the way over here.
This is actually Hooper this morning. Live feed.
No,
It's
dude,
hot
fucking-
here. It's not as bad as Dallas or Waco or Houston, though.
So
Fucking-
it's already worse over there. Is that?
I was just in Dallas and Waco, and I was
Fuck.
dying.
So you prefer like the dry heat than like that? humid
Everyone
heat?
should, especially for your hair, too.
Right.
Fuck.
The
Yeah, the
humidity's
girls
no
would
joke.
love it here if they'd come here.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So essentially,
Hooper approved.
So essentially, what this article is saying is global heating is cutting sleep across the world. A study finds because it's so hot, people are not sleeping. They're losing sleep over how fucking hot this is. What do you guys think about this? I thought this was a fucking crazy article.
Sounds like we should invest in HVAC companies.
Right. I think yes. And then I think also what they need to do is stop putting swamp coolers on houses because those things are fucking useless out here. They are absolutely useless.
No,
Now-
I think at the same time, I think people are just so used to being inside and being cooled down the whole time. So the fucking heat comes and then they go outside. It's just like their ride to work. And then they're like fucking complaining that it's fucking hot. No, it's so hot. Like
Well, they got
if you're to
heat
spend, that's crazy. If you're to spend more time, like at least go fucking outside and water your fucking plants or fucking take your dog out for a walk. You'll get used to that heat. It sucks, yeah, but you won't be complaining. It won't be this bad if you fucking go outside at least once a day, at least for an hour.
Well, here, dude, I heard since I'm going to Austin, it's humid. Like how you're saying, well, probably not as much as Dallas, but they're like, you have no choice. Like you go outside and you're just like,
No, dude, yeah. I've been to Austin. Like it actually, the last time I went to Austin, it reminded me of when I went to Cancun.
okay.
And And I remember the first time I went to Cancun, I was like 15, and they had told us like, hey, this is super humid and the sun is super hot. And so get used to it. You know, don't wear anything thick.
It's called Mexico, bro.
You know, and yeah. And then so I was like, dude, I fucking live in El Paso. It's fucking hot all the time, you know? But I didn't know the difference between dry heat and then like fucking humidity. Yeah. And then so we get there and then we get off the plane and, you know, you go and then we get out, bro. And it was like if somebody grabbed me from behind and just covered my face, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe at all. Like I started sweating massively. Like to this day, I was like, dude, I'm going to Cancun next month, and I'm telling my wife, I was like, dude, we're not gonna survive out there. Dude, I'm telling you right now, dude, if we go outside, we're gonna die.
They just die from heat exhaustion.
Like heat exhaustion. Like you're out there for 5 minutes, bro, and your shirt's already sticking to you, and it looks like you were like in a fucking wet teacher contest, or like
especially with those tits.
Yeah, dude, my nipples everybody's gonna be seeing my nipples all day over there.
Dude, I heard, by the way, nipples are super attractive. Nipples are in. Do not wear undershirts. Nipples are in.
PSA, guys. PSA. Nipples are in.
Appreciate
verified.
that.
Verified. I swear to God.
Verified by Big Dick Drew over here. Fucking.
I'm gonna get some Botox in my nipples now.
So you know what?
Well, that's all people see. If you were to take off your shirt, Hooper, that's all I would see is nipple. That's exactly where my eyesight is at.
So you know what's crazy is like it's so hot over here and like throughout the world, but then right now it's snowing in fucking Colorado. Like I was checking out some guy's Snapchat and that he lives in Colorado.
Hey, that's what happens when you make marijuana legal.
It's ridiculous. All right, so
cool.
Last topic. I don't know if you heard about this one, Hooper. Chinese scientists discovered a fucking sinkhole that's 630 feet deep, and there's a whole fucking forest inside of it.
It's like that tunnel they found in San Diego,
right? The drug smuggling tunnel.
Yeah.
Right.
It was about that deep.
So you didn't catch me though.
Yeah. What's crazy is that like
and that's how Andrew got here,
bro. How did? Yeah, he came through the
They
tunnel.
said I was dumb, but I got here first.
How the fuck how does something like this go undiscovered for so long?
Because it's underground, Chris.
Like, no, I know, but like, yeah, but the fucking hole.
Dude, no one goes outside no more.
Chris, if you see a hole in the ground, are you gonna go in it?
Well, no, but I mean,
that's how.
I would. I saw Power Rangers, motherfucker.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to get
fucking
powers.
people like have jobs to go like explore shit. Like they would like. I'm just saying. I thought they would have found this a long time ago, but essentially it's probably so isolated that
I'm sure
nobody
there's
knew
like
where it was.
There's a bunch of different species that has never been discovered down there. You know, you see like another Chris hanging from a tree and drinking a Bud Light, chilling.
But yeah, dude, that's crazy. Like, that's nuts, dude. Did you hear about this, Super? Like,
I did not hear about this first time.
It's crazy. It's crazy to hear that like people are discovering something that nobody has ever seen before, especially in 2022. You know, you would think that like the whole world has already been, at least somebody has walked through, you know.
Right.
It's weird because I was in China last night and I hit this chick. I think this is the whole.
I was in China last night. Get out of here,
yeah, dude. Pornhub.
Jesus Christ.
Caught me through it.
All right. So yeah, I was just like, I thought that was crazy. Like Misa said, I thought by now we would have fucking scoured every single inch of the earth, but apparently not.
Fucking 53 billion acres on this earth.
53 billion?
Can we see how many acres there is on this fucking earth?
Google that.
Okay.
53
I think
billion.
you overestimate humans.
This is a great segment. Guess how many acres there are on the world
right.
before I Google it.
Cooper, how many acres of land do you think there is?
You already said 53 billion, but that sounds
weird.
That does sound right
And
though.
it's such a precise number. I'm like, you know what? I might back you up.
Okay, I'm gonna go with fucking 38 billion acres.
No, I gotta go with like over 40 billion. I'll say 42 billion.
I'm gonna say 7 billion acres.
How many
7 billion?
acres are
Of
there
land.
in the
We're
world?
not counting water.
Yeah, we can't cover the or
the
count
world,
the water.
land.
Yeah, that's-
So what? How many?
Hey, people in
acres
cruises
are-
don't know how to spell.
How many acres of land are there in the world? Just like that.
Oh, of you wanted me to erase all this? Just
No,
to put
how many
of?
acres? How many acres? Not how many of.
Will you please use Ask Jeeves?
Jeez.
Okay, what is that? How many acres?
You're showing your age, Hooper.
Are you from cruises or what?
We all remember Ask Jeeves.
How many acres?
That was a lifetime ago.
How many acres of land are there on Earth?
Why does this take so long?
He's not using Ask Jeeves. It would have already answered it for you.
How many acres of land?
Right, look, someone Googled this shit before.
Bill Gates.
How many acres of land is there on Earth?
57
57 billion.
million
Million.
Oh, that is
square miles. Well, that's not acres.
Oh
though.
shit! Oh, this is my bank account.
Wait, there it is. There it is. 15.77 billion acres.
Holy shit.
Habitable.
Of habitable. That's not what we want to see.
habitable land. Now we got.
Wait, so what makes like okay? So
Wait,
like
subtracting this
habitable.
uninhabitable,
right?
57%.
However you say that.
Holy shit! So I wonder.
So
what,
double it basically.
I wonder
so
what-
it's 30.
So like 30,
Basically,
like
everybody on
32
this fucking
billion
earth
acres.
have At least a good section of.
we should all have an acre.
There's like what 6 billion people on this earth. What?
Oh, 7 billion
Versus
people.
Wait, why are we in China here? What is this?
Come on, bro.
Hey, Andrew, did China send you?
Oh, they put Texas as a visualization of the world. Look
Wow, so that's how much land there is.
No,
Okay,
why?
so
that
look
makes
at
no sense.
USA.
Why is USA so small?
at that. Well, this is it.
Oh,
it's
the
like the world's
population?
into
Yeah,
Texas.
It's like a pie chart.
wow.
It's like a pie chart
Sweet.
They're putting it in like a perspective you could understand.
Yo, dude.
for us
Okay.
dummies.
Wow.
Out here.
Wow, guys.
That's why Chris
Hey.
is all chinky
Hey,
because he's from
for
China.
us right here, for us right here, for these people.
Latin America.
Okay, so that was acre talk on the podcast. How many acres are in the world? It's good to know in case you're ever on.
Good question, Blue.
Right. In case you're ever on a fucking game show, Who Wants a Millionaire, and they ask you how many fucking acres of habitable land there is. At least
Sounded
you know
like
that.
Misa.
I know. I fucking had a mini stroke right there. So, all right, guys. So what we're gonna do now? We're gonna transition to the back part of the podcast here. Start to wrap things up. We're gonna do 5 random questions with our boy Hooper. Does anyone know what time it is though? Does anybody got the time?
What time is it?
207.
No, it's not. It is time for the 5 random questions here at Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast, hosted by your boy, Chris Vargas!
Hooper's over here bro, you asked me for the time and then you just
I was like, no, that's wrong.
Shun me away.
Dude, I'm more impressed. That motherfucker got an analog watch and no break, bro. My ass would have been there like 3 minutes.
Right. He's like, is that
Dude,
the 7 or is that
he was
the
just like
fucking
208. I was like, damn, son.
This guy's like trying to calculate like 5,
fuck.
10,
You know
15.
what? The worst part about this, Andrew, is you're a representative of the Las Cruces education system.
Right, baby.
And it's not looking too good. You're
Yeah,
like
I mean, that's why he's leaving Cruces.
you're like at a bronze level right now.
Hey,
I'm only getting dumber.
and this is why it's perfect because it's not my fault.
Right.
It's their fault.
It's their fault. Yeah, okay. All right, guys. We have 5 random questions for our boy Hooper. Is everybody ready for this?
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes, I think so. All right, let's get a little bit of music here. All right. It's my favorite song, by the way.
Okay.
Fucking banger right here, guys.
Sure.
All right, question number 1, Mr. Hoop. Do you or would you ever eat peanut butter with a spoon? Just straight out the jar.
Yes, I've done it many times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's my favorite go-to move right there. Peanut butter out the jar with the spoon.
Lots of
Slaps.
protein. Crunchy
Yes,
too.
sir. You like the
Oh,
crunchy
the
peanut
crunchy
butter?
stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
hell
I
yeah.
fuck with both peanut butters, crunchy or not.
And
No.
HEB. Have you had HEB peanut butter?
They have like brand specific.
like the HEB is like a Kroger in
Yeah, yeah,
Austin,
yeah.
and you're
Yeah, in
gonna go
San
there.
Antonio.
I've been to HEB, but I didn't know they had
So they have
HEB
they have their own
peanut
peanut
butter.
Well, there's this lady in my Leadership El Paso program that has been bringing it to me. She's brought me 3 jars now, and I just told her I love peanut butter one day, and she started bringing me HEB. She's the nicest lady, and
You should get that peanut butter tested, bro, because I've never
It's
heard
so
of
good.
HEB peanut butter. I don't know.
it's so good.
You know what? With that height, send it my way too.
Yes, dude, I'm a big peanut butter guy. Love peanut butter.
You
But
look like peanut butter.
I didn't know
You smell
HEB
like peanut butter.
had their own fucking
You
like,
feel
peanut butter.
like peanut butter.
They do.
I'm gonna have to get some of that.
Hey, why specifically with a spoon too? Like, what if he just ate it with?
I mean, you could do it with like a fork. I mean, it's just like, do you take some sort of object and scoop peanut butter into your
I
mouth?
like to do it with a
I like
very
that
sharp
question better.
knife.
Okay, all right,
A
there you
very
go.
sharp knife. Just so like I'll know if like I overlick.
Touch your tongue.
You know how I got these scars?
You sounded like him too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, real fast. Best jelly to use for a PB&J?
Honey.
Honey. Oh, whoa.
Wow.
I was expecting a strawberry spread.
I was gonna say strawberry or grape.
Oh, I
That's
thought
all
he
you
was
gotta
just
do.
talking to
But
me.
honey. Okay.
I forgot you were here.
Okay. Question number 2. A little bit more music here, Misa. Mr. Hooper, when you have some leftovers that you're gonna throw in the microwave, do you open the microwave 1 second before the timer goes off?
Hey, that's a good one.
No, you let it sit in there and heat up naturally after it's hot.
So you give it that post heat as well. Wow.
I mean, I take it out. I take it out like right after, but I always let it end just because I feel like it didn't cook enough. Even though if it's like 1 or 2 seconds left,
That
I was
being
like,
means
that
it ready.
beam is telling me
Right.
like
It's
you're
ready
good
now.
to go, son.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Nice. I usually pull it open right before the 1 second hits. Like I just, I want to be.
mistake.
Yeah, I
As you
just want
guys
to be
can
there
tell,
for it.
I'm
He's just
barely
cold.
on time.
He's a
I can't do
cold-hearted
that.
guy.
He's like,
I'm barely on time. There's no way I'm gonna get there every second before. No
Andrew's
way.
like, so that's what those numbers mean. So that's how you know it's over. Okay. Question number 3. Misa, let me get a little bit more music here. Mr. Hooper, if you're on a first date, who usually pays for the first date? Are you picking up the tab or is it split both ways? What's the protocol here?
I'll pick up the tab.
Pick it up. You're a gentleman. Yeah.
That's got to be a
think so.
long pickup. He's fucking tall as shit.
He's a bigger man.
He's being the bigger man in this situation.
Nah, I
jokes
mean,
all day.
I think it's like whoever invited to go on the date.
I think that
Okay.
Shared
Honestly-
responsibility there.
yeah.
I mean, if like some girl comes up to
Like,
me
if
and
it's her
she's all
idea?
like, hey, can I take you out to get some wings? Like, all right, cool. Like, you're paying for that shit though. 'cause
Honestly,
prefer
if I
pizza.
Had, if I had a good time, I would pay for it, like no problem. But I think if like she invited me and then it wasn't like we weren't connecting, then it's like we'll just split it.
Right. That's how you know. That's how you know.
We didn't have a good time. This
Andrew's like, what's your favorite color? She was like, green. She's like, yeah, nah, you're gonna have to split this check.
and that's my favorite color. Was still like nah.
Hooper, what's your go-to move on a first date? Like, where do you like to go? Like, is it a nice restaurant, a nice bar to get some drinks? Like, what's the usual game plan if it's a
All right,
first
Blue,
date?
write this shit down because you need some.
Yeah, you need a lot of help
needs
in
a
this
lot.
area.
a lot of
Blue.
help in this.
If it's food, there's a lot of good restaurants in El Paso.
Right.
There's Cafe Italia, Cozy, Desert Crossing.
Shout out.
If there's anything. I mean, I always would ask what they want to do first.
Yeah, see what they prefer.
Most of the time, they push it on to the guy.
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
Yeah, I guess it's the cultural norm in a way, right?
Well, speaking of, are you dating? Are you single right now? For all the ladies listening right now.
I'm technically single right now. Yes. dating.
Wow, you hear
Yeah.
that, Blue? You better write that shit down. You already know where to take it.
Blue, by the way, Blue's called Blue because he's been blue ball for like 3 years.
That's where he gets his nickname Blue from.
I got some yesterday.
Yeah,
Wait, you got some yesterday? God,
He
give him
actually
a round
did.
of applause. Give
Yeah,
him a
he
round of
actually
applause.
did get some yesterday.
Our boy Blue caught his nut.
Wait, was
Yes,
it the
sir.
hand? Was it the hand?
Blue.
No, it was this
Blue. Nah, dude. Actually, yesterday I hit him up and
Good shit, Blue.
I hit him up and I was all like, "Yo, dude, what are you doing?" It was like noon, and I was like, "You day drink?" He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Oh man, I just got to his girl's house. I'm just chilling." I was
I'm
like,
balls
"Oh."
deep.
And then he sends me that like that strong arm flexing shit. I was like, "Oh, this guy's got me busy."
By the way, can we post this video like 3 months from now when I'm actually single? Because I said I was single.
Hey, this is all entertainment, baby. You know what it is. Good shit. We're all here for entertainment.
Question number 4, guys. A little bit more music here. This is a good one, and I don't know.
I'm ready.
This is kind of a tough one in a way. So, with all this talk of Bitcoin and the metaverse and all this crap, Doge to the moon.
Yes.
What is an NFT, Hooper? Can you describe that in your best
In
words?
your own words.
What is an NFT?
I have not explored NFTs in depth.
Okay.
I'll be honest.
Right, me
Right
neither.
now, I'm avoiding NFTs and blockchain and cryptocurrency until the companies that are pushing them are more legitimate. Because right now, there is a lot of scamming going on.
Okay.
That's why it's crashing right now.
Right.
Yeah. The blockchain is legit, but right now, the companies that are doing it are not legit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I lost
Yeah.
like $6,000.
So I'll be honest. I don't. Yeah.
I lost $6,000.
Yeah, I've lost like $6,000 in the past. Like,
fucking me, son.
Me too.
Have you ever seen Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes.
Okay, so they were doing the penny stocks and all that stuff
Right.
back then before it was like really regulated correctly. I think that's what's going on
Modern day.
with crypto because it's so young. There's no regulation on it. There's no rules.
Right, but at the same time, it's kind of like how you said. It's kind of like if you were to already jump on that, like since the beginning, like how they did in the penny stocks and all that shit. If you were to have already caught on to that and stick to that and not give in to like all the sell off and all that shit, time makes money. So eventually, these guys that actually stuck around. They're fucking billionaires and millionaires by now. This is what's exactly what's going on.
They took all the money out.
Well, this is what's going on with cryptocurrency now too. Like if you what they call diamond hands. If you've invested and you obviously whenever you invest in anything, it's gonna be an up and down thing. It's gonna be a time where it's just gonna be going up, and then there's gonna be a time where it's gonna be going down. It has to do that. It can't just be straight up and then that's it.
Yeah, well, unless you get hired under Vargas Productions, which I'm going to Austin. It's a straight up to the moon, baby.
Starts promoting his own business here.
No,
But that's exactly what's going on with cryptocurrency right now. Like,
so there's a big dip, and you think if you stick it out, it's gonna be worth it.
I mean, when there's a big dip in anything, whether it's
Like
stocks,
a roller coaster.
whether it's stocks or
always
whatever,
comes back up.
whenever you see your money go down, what are you gonna do? You're gonna freak out and you're gonna fucking sell everything, and then next day you're gonna see it fucking double what you had, and that's exactly what's going on. A lot of people are like, oh well, and it's true what you said, a lot of people did not know what the hell was going on, and there's a lot of restrictions that still and laws that still need to be put into all this. But if you're in it already and you just fucking hold on, you're gonna be good in the next 5-10 years. That's what I told Chris. I told Chris 3 years ago, buy some fucking Dogecoin, and Chris was like, no, fuck that shit.
I bought the wrong Doge.
He bought the wrong.
She was at a strip club.
I spent
She was called Doja Dog.
I spent the most like $400 bucks on
that's hilarious.
Dogecoin, and at one point I was like $27,000 in profit. But I've never taken it out. I've never done anything.
Yeah.
And then of course it's already gone all the way down to where like it's only
Negatives.
10,000.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm at right now. But I'm not the type of guy that I'm gonna be like, yo,
Freak out.
I'm a hooper. I don't quit. I'm gonna fucking hang on until the end. All right.
So what's an NFT then?
From what I heard, the NFT is kind of like, okay, like you have a picture, like obviously, like okay, you have a picture of Chris, right? Yeah. You just have a picture of Chris.
Ooh, I got 10 of those in my room.
Hold on, let's say exactly. Let's say Let's say you've had Chris
Like
is
a Playgirl picture or
any type of picture, but you
Maxim?
know that Chris is famous and like that picture is very iconic. Everybody, you could print it out if you want, but the fact that NFTs means that he owns the first legit picture that was ever taken. Legit. You can make a copy out of it or whatever, but he has the legit one.
But how does that give it
This
value?
The value makes it on the people that know who he is, the people that like his how famous
Fan
he
base.
is, right? His canvas, right? So that's how it is. It's like, yeah, you could print out the same picture that you own as an NFT, but that's the original one. Like it's kind of getting like a fake baseball card. You have a baseball card, but you have the number one, the original one. Everybody else could just copy it or whatever. But guess who has the original one? Chris has the original one.
And it's a verified.
And as time goes by, it's gonna be worth. And that's what NFTs are mostly about. But it's more than that. If you have an NFT and let's say you own this, but the NFT that you bought it through like a group, and that group every year, as long as you own that NFT, every year they have like a badass party in Miami, and it's all paid for as long as you own that NFT.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
money.
perks. It's a shit ton of perks.
that you gave that.
It's a shit ton of perks. It's like, hey, every month we have a badass fucking party with all these fucking with like Drake performing or whatever, and it's in New York in this month. Next month is over here in this fucking state, and next month is over here. As long as you own that NFT and you're part of that, it's free. It's that's what you've already paid for. That's what it's worth. It's more than just a picture. It's more than
I see.
It's more than that. And then the
like
metaverse is
networking
happening.
too.
So you go into the metaverse and then you have that, and it's like you become. It's like you're it's like the reality world. It's like you're already famous in the fucking.
That makes sense because you're like getting a degree. Like it's on paperwork. Like, hey, look, I'm verified.
And that's as far as I know. I'm sure that like maybe I may be wrong in some things, but as far as I know, like that's shit that has happened and stuff that I've seen. People that have already had NFTs and created NFTs and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
that's the best way I would be able to.
That's a beautiful
it,
description.
Right.
you know?
Thank you.
So if there was an NFT of Chris,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "Yo, for free," but in like 10 years from now, it'll be worth like 500,000. But you have to be Chris in the meta world.
That's how I tell girls. I'm like, girl,
500,000
this dick
pesos?
is NFT.
500,000
This
pesos.
dick is NFT, girl. Like right now.
Well, if you
it's
think
free.
about it, like this whole
But
this whole thing of like people like doubting the NFTs in the meta world, that's exactly what was going on when the internet first came out.
True.
You know, and Elon Musk would talk about it. Like people thought like
I was
you
about to
can't
say
make
you've
no
been
money
reading
off of
Elon
it.
Musk and Mark Cuban tweets.
Well, they call me up every night. Hey, so next time you're on the pod, talk about this.
Thank you for the NFT breakdown, Misa.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
I feel like we have a very good grasp of
Yeah.
what an NFT is.
I
now.
feel like Chris just bought a bunch of NFTs after this.
Right.
We use a strong word.
Right. Okay. Question number 5, last one here. Let me get a little bit of music here, Misa. Mr. Hooper, when you're at the grocery store, what is your favorite aisle to go down? You can only go down one aisle, and this is the aisle that you choose. Which aisle is it?
That's tough.
That's a tough one, huh?
The grocery store. It's
That's
got to
so
be
many
the one
aisles.
that has like the nutty bars and the Oreos.
Okay, I know which
That
one.
aisle. You know what I'm talking about.
That snack aisle.
Snack aisle, the little Debbie cakes.
Right, yep.
Debbie
But
cakes,
on
the
the
other
donuts.
side,
Yes.
Chips Ahoy, Oreos.
Yeah.
And Milano cookies.
It's like the progression of like sweets and cookies, and you
Yes.
have like you start here, but like you can progress all the way to this.
Yes.
And yeah,
aisle's the bread aisle, bro, because you smell all the bread.
right. Yes, that's a great aisle. Top 5 aisle in a grocery store.
aisle.
Yes, yeah, great aisle. I would say beer aisle for me, easy.
You know, it's funny. I come from, in my town, Van Buren is in Crawford County, Arkansas. It's a dry county.
Oh,
so at our
shit.
Walmarts, our stores, they don't serve,
Right.
well, they
There
don't
is
sell
no beer.
alcohol anywhere
Right.
in our city.
Right.
So when I came to like the El Paso Walmart and I was walking down, I was like, and there's like a massive boxes of, you know,
Like a big ass
30 pack
display.
Bud Lights.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, oh,
Right. That's
we at?
crazy, dude. Yeah, those are the little things that we fucking don't appreciate. Like dry counties, like that's tough. You know what I mean? Like over there in Lubbock, they have dry counties and shit. And you know, luckily here we don't have to deal with that. But like he's saying, that first time you walk into Albertsons and there's a fucking field goal post of 30 packs of Bud Lights up to the ceiling, like for Super Bowl, like it's like, damn, I'll buy all those. Like, damn, that's fucking crazy, dude. Yeah, dude, fucking dry counties. Wow. How about that? So Misa just disappeared, huh?
He went to go pee.
He couldn't handle.
It's okay.
He couldn't handle the fucking the piss again. So all right, this is what we're gonna do, guys. Episode 125, conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. We're gonna get ready to wrap this up. We're gonna go around the studio here real fast. We're gonna give our final thoughts on today's episode. We're gonna start with you, Andrew. Final thoughts today and final thoughts for the podcast, man.
Dude, thank you for all the inspiration, bro. That was a cool ass story to hear you come up and like fucking being tall as shit and coming those struggles. That's fucking awesome. Not for real though. Like it's cool, man. Just final thoughts. That's all I was going through, man. Thanks for allowing me to be here. It's been a good time.
Fucking Andrew. That's funny, dude. He's like, thanks for all those tall stories, man. It's like, thank you for that. All
For
right.
real, bro. It's like crazy. Like all of us like kind of experience our own little fucking version of this fucking whatever this is. And like it's crazy that you got to be like so unique at like you're literally fucking you have to crouch down pretty much every doorway, right? Like not just this one. Like we were laughing about it because we see it, but this motherfucker lives that shit all day,
Right.
every day. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yes,
I
that's
respect
true.
that shit though.
All right, Misa, get in here real fast.
Misa, get back here.
Get back in here. How was the piss? Are you okay, dude? You got me worried. Your bladder's okay? Everything's fine?
Bro, let me tell you something.
have you checked your
tell you something.
prostate recent?
The thing is like when we have these long ass podcasts, I need to pee.
Right?
Like it's my job to keep drinking these.
That
Red
fucking
Bull's.
Budweiser has to go
You
somewhere.
get paid for it. The big
All right,
bucks.
Misa, final thoughts today.
Yes, I have a final thought to start off with, Mr. Hooper. I gotta say, bro, it was awesome having you on. even if you didn't play basketball, I didn't know who you were. I think just the type of person that you are. You're very likable. I think you're a very cool, down to earth guy. I appreciate everything that you said today. Thank you for
the whiskey, scotch. My bad.
Enjoy.
This shit got me good. That's why I had to leave. Sorry, guys. Anyways, thank you very much, man. I appreciate you. I hope to have you back sometime soon. I wish you the best and everything that you do. All I gotta say is I wish that I could be as tall as you when I grow up. So hopefully that still comes true.
How old are you?
Hopefully.
He's older than you.
How old are you?
I'm 30. I'm 31. Okay. Yeah. So I still got time. You just like overdid it. Like, you know.
You overdid it.
You just overdid it. Anyways, he like drank Miracle Grow as he was like growing up. But anyways, thank you so much, brother. This was fun.
It was.
Andrew, bro, I wish you much success. I know this is kind of crazy adventure for you, but I wish you the best. You know, you got us as a backup. You can call us anytime. Don't ask me for money though. I'm not gonna give you that shit.
Well, this is our last time we're gonna talk. So.
But yeah, dude, thanks for coming through, man. And Joe's a piece of shit for not showing up. He's like, oh, I have a kid with me. He's like, dude, whatever. Anyways, Blue, thank you for the beers, Chris.
Yeah,
good
Blue,
shit. And everybody listening, guys, thank you so much. And you guys make sure to stay safe. And you already know, stay fresh.
Mr. Hooper, final thoughts today, man.
Well, Chris, I appreciate you having me on the podcast. Truly an honor. Thanks for reaching out, cold calling me on Instagram.
Yes, sir. That's what I do.
You cold call him?
Direct IG. I slid straight in his DM. You know,
Did you send him a picture of you?
It's a cold call. It's
You send him that
is.
NFT?
it literally is a fucking cold call because I have, you know, I'm just going to send you one message. I have to make it count. It has to hit the points that I need it to hit, and it has to be attractive at some point.
If people knew how hard it is to try and get a guest,
It is, dude.
Somebody like Mr. Hooper on to kind of convince them to get on. It's fucking hard, man. It's hard.
Yeah,
We had
dude.
to tell him this was OnlyFans and we all kinds of shit.
I mean, dude, I've told people, look, dude, we got Budweiser, Bud Light, you know, tequila, whiskey.
That's why they're not coming with.
And they don't show up. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Javi, DJ Javi from 104.3. You're fucking listening right now. I know you are.
Is he? Do people listen to 104.3?
He does. No, they listen to ESPN 600.
Well, thanks, man, for being the color guy, pressing all the buttons. You're awesome, man. Andrew, good luck with your comedy in Austin. I hope it goes well. Blue, appreciate you keeping my scotch full.
Hey.
You're my boy, bro.
You're awesome. I'll just leave y'all with, you know, I truly do believe that LeBron is better than Jordan. Thanks, guys.
Oh, yeah. We didn't even hit the NBA talk. Fuck. Really wanted to. It's okay. We had a lot of other shit to talk about. Who do you got in the finals real fast?
Ooh, that's tough. Okay, so it's going to be Warriors and Celtics.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
I do think Luke is the best player, but his team is kind of lacking.
Right.
It's tough. The Celtics are very good. I think the Warriors are going to win. I mean, you still have Clay,
Right.
Curry, and
Poole,
Draymond.
Wiggins.
You have the Dynasty
Looney.
3.
Yeah.
They're
yeah,
still
dude.
there.
And honestly, like real fast before my final thoughts, guys, I'm a huge Warrior fan. I've been a fan of Steph Curry since he was fucking putting people on skates at Davidson and his Elite Eight run against Kansas in the fucking NCAA tournament.
We just extended by talking about the
Hey,
Warriors.
Chris saw that game sober.
But yeah, anyways, this guy, I remember seeing Steph, and he's stood out as one of like the best athletes I've ever seen. The way he shoots, and last night in Game 2, he really showed, what makes him such a good player. It's not just his shooting; it's his ability to drive, to pass, to rebound. The guy does it all, and given his stature, I mean, he's not the biggest guy in the NBA, so it's very impressive. But
Did we ask who was your NBA team?
LeBron's team.
LeBron,
Anywhere LeBron's at?
Anywhere LeBron's at, and also Heat. So when Shaq went to the Heat, I was like pumped, and then it was Shaq and Wade, and then when LeBron came to the Heat and
LeBron
Bosh,
and Wade.
I was like, it was
Fucking
the
lit.
best time ever.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think like when you see these games in the playoffs, you see how these guys, people that have been there before, like you were saying, Draymond, Clay, Looney, they come up and they perform in these big games.
It's a team, dude. They make it into a team thing because
Right.
like if you see like a lot of these like other players that are really big and then they fall in that situation where like they need to win. They just try and carry it all in their back, and that's what I love about the Warriors. The Warriors that they have Curry, who's a veteran. They have Green, who's also a veteran. They have. And what do? They don't try and carry it all on their backs. They just fucking
play as a team. It's experience. So, but yeah,
that's why I hate. They're like the new Spurs team, like the Pop. Like the fundamentals.
Right. Play some defense.
Defense. Shoot threes.
Don't turn the ball over.
Curry plays so. Sorry, Curry plays so uniquely.
Right.
He takes all these shots that are bad shots for 99% of basketball players.
Right.
Maybe only Kobe or LeBron or Durant, these are good shots for. So he plays like that. I think it breeds confidence for his team.
Right.
The same way LeBron elevates, his teammates. That's like his number one thing, like how was he even in the championship on Cleveland? Like I think Curry does that too because of how he plays. There's no bad shots on his team.
Right.
Everyone sees Curry shoot all these shots. And when they shoot the same shots, Curry's like rooting them on.
Right.
So they love it. And they're a team and no one cares who's shooting and what the shot is.
Right.
They're just out there to win games. And I think Curry breeds that confidence. And I think it's something that's very overlooked with NBA players like Curry and LeBron, what they bring to their team to elevate their teammates.
Exactly. Like you said, elevate, dude. Wow. And it's crazy.
Sounded like a broadcaster right there.
Yeah, I mean, like this guy knows basketball better than any of us in here.
Yeah,
so I mean, for him to have that outlook, like he sees how their play and their presence on the court makes everybody better. So I got the Warriors winning it. I really big Steph fan, so I just want to see some good basketball. But guys, my final thoughts today. Andrew, thank you for being here. Thank you for stepping in the producer role. Really do appreciate that. Best of luck in Austin. We'll be seeing you, bro. We always support you. Mr. Misa, thank you again for stepping in, or not stepping in. This is your fucking podcast too, so you had to be here. But another good episode. I like that harmonica. It's always it brings good memories of you. And Mr. Hooper Vint, thank you for accepting my cold call DM straight into your fucking Instagram inbox like a fucking runner rounding third heading for home. I slid in that bitch. So thank you for responding, being so cool about it, hitting us up and responding to us and being here today. We really do appreciate that. Best of luck to you and everything you do, your broadcasting career, your sales career, everything that you do. We're behind you and open invitation for round 2 whenever you have the time, man. We'd love to have you back. For all that being said, guys, episode 125, Conversing with Chris and Misa, the podcast. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And with all that being said, we are...
That was so great! Bitch, I get you tapered like a new fresh haircut. Put it in ignition, now a nigga got his keys stuck. Zanny got amnesia, holds down, G's up, bitch. Ooh, hit me back with the addy away.